It's called smut. Give me smut and nothing but a dirty novel I can't shut if it's uncut.
So we're doing Kim's last episode.
We're doing Kim's last episode.
How are we going to survive?
I don't know. Probably rejoice in the streets.
I know. It's been a wild, wacky.
Over.
It's been a wild, wacky time.
It has.
You know what? You know me. And you can invite me back if you'd like.
We will.
Well, we'll see.
I had a very fun time.
But I'll only come back if Andrea's here.
That's fair. She is our producer extraordinaire. She's gorgeous.
I want to be on an episode with Andrea.
Well, I think this is a good segue because actually, so I believe I asked this in our first season, and I kind of wish I had asked it for every season.
Okay.
And I was reminded of it again this weekend. But I don't know if I've ever asked you, Kim.
Me?
What would be on your sexual resume? So as like your special skills or like something that makes you stand apart from the others. Because I used to say that I was more flexible than you'd think I am. But I can't. I have to take that off my resume now because with old age has come crone.
Yeah.
I'm a crone.
Yeah.
I don't have Crohn's disease. I'm just an old crone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
what is on your resume now?
Okay, so are we talking? Should we talk about my old resume and my new?
No,
resume?
I want your current resume.
Your current resume. What's at the top of the list of special skills?
Top of the list, I think imagination.
Aw, I like that one.
Imagination station.
That's cute.
And improvisation.
Kim is good at role play.
Role play.
So is that okay?
I mean, not necessarily role play because it's not like, hey, I'm the warden and you're. I mean, sometimes it kind of starts that that way where you're like, you're the warden and I'm the person.
Well, you have to
jail.
set the boundaries.
That's more than I've ever done.
Yeah.
So
that's
but
less
it's more
than what
like,
I've done.
But I would say it's not even. I don't think it's role play. It's imagining a world.
In which
it's imagining a world
in which
we're having
warden
sex.
wants to.
For example, it's like for example with the breeding stuff where it's like we're in the times of Game of Thrones, right?
Right.
And it's like we have to have all of these babies,
right.
and then we're just gonna like push them off on someone. We're just gonna be like.
So wait, is the sexy kink part that you're abandoning your children? Ooh.
Well, it's like the irresponsibility of it, where it's just like where you're just.
Wait,
like,
I love that you go past the actual breeding and you're like, now I'm pregnant and I'm gonna give birth, and oops. Where did they go?
It's more about I
left them at a safe haven.
We know where they went.
Sorry, firefighters. Here's three triplets.
We're making like the poor people of the town take care of them, and we're the royalty.
But you're actively talking about those logistics while you're doing it. I love that. I love that honestly so much.
I have never been more.
Scandalous.
I think
good for you.
Speechless. I think maybe for the first time in our friendship, you've made me speechless.
Imagination. Now, I think that's a great skill to have. I would like to say that that's not my viewpoints as a person.
I know. We know.
I'm not going to have a bunch of babies and then give them to people who don't want to take care of them.
I just love that. That's. What you talk about that happens within the sexual part.
Yeah.
And there's other ones too, but like I can imagine the one that comes to you imagine a world.
But every time you're abandoning your kids.
No, not every time. So just
sometimes.
The situations are different. The situations are different depending on the world. It would be ridiculous.
Jessica, do you have anything on your sexual resume that you'd like to share?
God. Not
To be fair, I don't know what is now on my new one.
Not that lives up to that. I don't think I
got
anything.
The job.
I don't think I have anything as interesting as Kim's resume.
I mean, I'll tell you what my resume used to be was comedy, so that was always good too.
That's very good. I think I'm just really good at networking.
Networking during sex?
No, not during sex, but I am good at vetting sexual partners.
Finding.
I think.
Okay, that's important.
I am a flirt, and if I don't necessarily care that much about you, I am very good at flirting. If I care about somebody, I am really bad at flirting.
I relate to that. Yes,
but that is probably part of the resume, and then maybe like. I don't know.
I like that. Networking.
Yeah,
that
networking.
Is such a Jessica
I'm very good at networking.
That is such a Jessica answer. I don't really know.
And I'm an equal opportunity networker too, which is an advantage.
Okay. My sexual resume. I honestly think I have great communication skills.
Yeah.
So dirty talk.
Yeah.
Are you good at dirty talk?
I
Because
don't
that is
know.
a different thing.
I'm great at dirty texting.
Kim just revealed what type of dirty talk she does. So what kind of dirty talk do you, Kim? Kim really digs into the logistics. What kind of dirty talk
I do like to receive more than to give, but I think, especially as a romance novelist, I think I'm good at texting. Like, sexting. I'm good at sexting.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm good at sexting.
Sexting is a fun.
Sexting's
it's
fun.
I'm really good at that. So in digital communication, if you will.
Yeah.
Digital get down.
And I think I
Just you and me.
I don't know. This might be a cop out, but I feel like the afterwards pillow talk.
Oh, sure.
I think I'm really good at like
The banter.
If anything, I think that pillow talk banter. I think I'm really good at too. Whereas if something really intense happened, or if we're exhausted, I feel like I can always lighten the mood somehow.
Yeah.
Should it need to be lightened?
Yeah.
Or I feel like I'm good at making everyone feel comfortable.
Yeah. I would say that's one
Yeah.
that I have too.
And sometimes you do some pillow talk and you find out something about somebody, and you find out
then
their
you
views
leave.
are
And
not,
then you leave.
and then you
leave.
slowly put your clothes on while you go, my Uber's here, and you haven't touched your phone yet.
No.
Anyways,
Not based on a true story.
Anyway, speaking of true stories.
welcome to
Femmes Reading
Filth. I'm Emily,
I'm Jess.
and that's Kim,
That's Kim.
and this is Femmes Reading Filth.
Femmes Reading Filth Breeding Kink Part 3.
As a quick reminder, we do have a Patreon. Go and visit it and support us because we love you.
Yeah, you know, if you'd like some cool fun stuff.
We're both holding it the
We're
same.
both-
Listen.
Pinky out.
Pinky out. But yeah, go support us. It will help us buy new mics and shit like that. And
Yeah, we would love
you.
that.
Yeah.
We would really love that.
Also, we'll say it at the end, but follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff.
Yep.
And we don't have the rights. So anyways, breeding part 3.
Breeding Part 3, our last episode with Kimby, which we are very sad about, but she'll be back. We won't be
Maybe.
able to we won't be able to
Allegedly.
keep her away.
Allegedly.
This episode we are covering the Omegaverse. So we've done Omegaverse before, so we will run through for you, Kim. We're assuming that you don't know a whole lot about the Omegaverse.
No, I don't.
Okay, do you
Oh,
know
boy.
anything?
I listened to the one you did with Andrea.
Okay, got it.
Right?
So
Well,
you've
we
doing
did not.
Omega-
We did not do an Omegaverse
And
episode with
never
Andrea.
mind, but you mentioned it during.
Yeah.
We have done stories with Omegaverse in it. But
Give me like off the dome anything you can remember about Omegaverse, and then I have some things written down, and I will fill in the gaps.
There's like the imprinting thing.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
kind of a thing.
kind of.
Kind
It's
of.
Yeah.
Not really.
Anything else?
Or is it kind? It's not it's not a soulmatey kind of thing. Right?
Kind of.
There
Is
can be, yes.
We'll get into it.
That's all.
All
I
right.
don't know.
We even talked about some last week. You don't remember any of the last week?
No, I don't
No,
remember
that's
anything
okay.
from yesterday.
It's
so.
gone. That's all right.
Fair enough.
I have written down because the Omegaverse really is its own world.
It's huge. It's vast, and I love it so
It's
much.
vast. It started in fan fiction, in particular supernatural fan fiction, and it has now spread into romance novels in general, which is very weird to me personally.
I don't hate it. I love it.
I don't like it. I love it. I feel that the romance novel readers have not earned the
Ooh, fight.
ability to read the Omegaverse.
What about me?
In the way that the fan fiction people do. Maybe you, because you also do fan fiction.
I've also read a lot of Omegaverse
But
fan fiction.
let me explain to you my own personal journey with the Omegaverse, right?
All right.
So I am
get my
reading
drink.
I am reading fan fiction as you do. And all of a sudden, I start to encounter fanfics with words like nodding, alpha, omega, and I'm like, what is this? I can't figure it out. I just keep finding these fics that all of a sudden have these new concepts and this new term. And then finally, I find like a Tumblr post from someone from the supernatural fan fiction community going, hey, by the way, we came up with this new thing called the Omegaverse, and now it's starting to bleed its way into other fandoms. If you encounter this, it's this brand new thing. And so I was there, you motherfuckers, from the beginning of this.
No one's fighting you.
And now my mom is like, "Oh, there's this new romance novel out, and it's something like
Was it Bride?
It's the Omegaverse. Have you ever heard of that?" And I'm like, "You haven't earned the right to experience this fucking shit."
I understand what you're saying. This
Why?
also, and I hope you don't get mad, this also gives the idea of someone wearing an AC/DC shirt and a guy going, "Do you even know any songs?"
Yeah.
This does give that energy. I understand, though.
Care. I was there for the weirdest part of this, and now,
And don't you want to share that with someone?
that's why I'm doing this podcast. But I'm just saying, it's such a, to me, the Omegaverse is such a fandom-y thing, as in a bunch of people, because werewolves were kind of a thing, decided to spin out this entire world based on alphas and betas and omegas and like mating dynamics and pheromones and all of this stuff. And it became its own little world, which to me is like the beautiful thing about fandom and fan fiction, because you can do weird shit because you're not trying to make money off of it and you're not trying to make a profit off of it.
Become too mainstream.
And now it is fully mainstream. They're selling them in Walmart. And
that part does make me go like,
and it makes me feel weird.
Target and things like that.
Yeah, and it makes me go
Stay
like
at Barnes and Noble.
This like very odd thing that was like kind of only something that fandom people and fan fiction people knew about for a long time is now being sold in Walmart or Target, and that is weird to me.
That's fair.
Because it is purely a fan fiction creation. So I'm not trying to be like, do you know any songs? But it is like an odd thing for me to have witnessed this like evolution over the last 10 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as I've hinted at, Omegaverse came from the supernatural fan fiction. It came from like a very outdated understanding of like wolves and wolf packs, which is why our last episode with the werewolves has a little bit of crossover, because they kind of come from the same place. There's a lot of emphasis on like the animalistic side of it, and so I'm gonna run you through some terms, and I might quiz you a little bit first, because I think that'll be fun. Maybe a little bit.
Viewers at home, you can play along too.
You can play along.
Just pause the video.
So, Kimberly, what is an alpha?
An alpha.
What do you think an alpha is?
Well, I think, I kind of know. I feel like the alpha is the primary partner.
Okay.
Or primary person.
Okay. They're like the more dominant. They are, if we think about it, like dominant, submissive.
Yeah, like an alpha male.
An alpha male.
Yes.
Yep. That's like the easiest way to think about it. In some stories, they're like the dominant one, and they are the one doing the impregnating.
Yeah. If we need a real life example, we saw a concert and Deadlands was playing, and the bassist walked out, and I immediately said, "Oh, that's an alpha." So it happens in real life.
Yeah.
I turned to you and I was like, "He's an alpha."
He had good shoulders.
Oh my! And it went like, oh, good night, Chicago, or something like that. And I was like,
do you think he's listening right now?
Right.
If Deadlands, if the band Deadlands is listening, first of all, I love you. Second of all,
guys.
I heard the bassist is really short, but I'm really short, so it works out for the both of us. So sorry, so go on.
It's fine. So in the Omegaverse specifically, the alpha is usually the more dominant of the couple. They're the one doing the impregnating. They are the one with a knot a lot of the time. Do you remember what a knot is?
Yeah, that's the animal thing.
It's when the dick gets...
It's like this.
When
if you think of this as the end...
It's because when you're connected.
Yeah, and it locks you together.
Locks you in.
Locks you in.
Omegas, as I've hinted at, are the ones getting impregnated.
Yeah.
And they are the usually more
Omegas aren't betas.
Betas are in some stories, not others. Betas are just like the everyday people.
Okay.
So the
regulars.
So the way that like
muggles.
Usually this is showing up in stories is it's like a biological thing that like almost like when you go through puberty, you get your designation of like your alpha, omega, beta. The alphas and the omegas are like kind of tied to their biology a lot when it comes to breeding. Betas don't really have to deal with any of it and can just kind of live normal lives.
Cute.
So often the alpha and the omega like form what can be thought of as like mating bonds or soulmate bonds. Oftentimes that involves like biting. So like a lot of times there will be like a mating gland on the neck, and if you bite it, then you're bonded. Like again, very animalistic, very about like scent marking and that kind of primal thing. There's other bits and pieces. I'm covering all of it because I don't know what's in your story.
Scenting, nodding, slick. Alphas, betas.
What's
no mpreg.
No mpreg.
Okay.
No, I changed my Omegaverse story like 5 times.
Me too. Yeah,
it was a journey.
I really wanted a gay one, but I did too. They were too smutty.
They were too smutty.
I needed a story of any
too much
kind.
porn. So that's I actually really tried hard to do a fully gay one.
Yeah,
and it was really hard.
I had a lesbian one that was like really good, but all they did was bang, and there was like no.
Yeah, we need a little bit of story. Sometimes.
We needed a little bit.
Just sometimes, not all the time.
But yeah, so there's a lot of time. So another big part of the Omegaverse is mating and heat cycles. So the Omega will go into heat the way that we think of like animals going into heat, and that's when they're fertile, and that's when they really need to fuck somebody.
Sure.
And a lot of the time, this is like, again, if we're talking about the Omegaverse, which is like the entire world goes through this. A lot of times, it's like, okay, well, I'm having my monthly heat. I need somebody to help me work through it, or else I'm just going to fuck anybody, or I'm going to be in a lot of pain because I'm not going to be able to like get this out of my system. It's like a biological thing.
I will say some of the things I've read, I don't know if this is for all of them, but somebody tried to explain like how to take because the heat is also like a fever, and how to get the fever down is to spray the alpha's cum within you, and that brings your heat down.
Your heat down.
So that is
the cum.
There's also cold. Yes.
Yeah,
cold.
sure.
Cum cold.
It just brings your body heat down because you're spraying like a fire hydrant
or a sprinkler.
Every single
think of a fire hydrant because it's not cold or hot. It's just foam.
It's room temperature.
Okay.
You mean like a fire extinguisher?
That's what I mean.
That is water.
My bad. Fire extinguisher.
Foam.
Also, perfuming is a big thing for
yes,
mine.
I'm getting there.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so like think of it is biological. It happens regularly. Like heats can be predicted. They can be triggered too in some stories by like if you meet your mate and they smell really good to you, you can have a breakthrough heat. Every single story and every single author will pick and choose kind of the elements that they want, but all of them are in the Omegaverse umbrella. And scenting is a big part of it. So like your pheromones and like you're supposed to be able to smell your mate. And there will be like some stories will have scent marking of like, oh, I want my mate to smell like me. That kind of thing. Perfuming is
like when you meet your person and you give off your scent so hard, like the scent is filling up the room because you're either so turned on or you're so excited or like you're so affected by this alpha that it happens.
And then the other part of that is like, again, Omegaverse, theoretically everyone in this world knows what this is. And so like other people in the room are like, who's putting off all these
Who
smells?
smells like cookies?
What's going on?
Chocolate chip cookies.
And then I think the only other part of this that we haven't like fully covered yet is suppressants. So again, in the Omegaverse world, this is something that like happens. Heats happen like once a month or whatever. That's really inconvenient. So a lot of the time there will be something called suppressants, which is basically like a birth control pill that suppresses your heat. And that can work for both omegas going into heat or alphas. Alphas, sometimes it will be called going into heat where they just really need to fuck something. Or it will be called rutting, going into rut, which is basically the same thing. And that's like their version of the uncontrollable desire to mate.
Must fuck
someone. Anything. Oh, and then like the other thing that, at least for me, what tends to draw me to the Omegaverse is not necessarily the like rapey part of primal play that sometimes does come up a lot. It's more like the caretaking part of it. So like we've established a world where this happens to our characters, and the whole idea of the alpha in the ones that I like to read is like, okay, it's your job to take care of your Omega.
I like that too.
Your Omega is like going through this thing where they're not quite in their right mind. They need you. They need your help. They're going to forget to eat. They're going to forget to take care of themselves. Like the alpha, it's your job to make sure that they're okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of that, and that's what I tend to lean into with these. And like just kind of, it's also, I find it very hot, like kind of the desperation of it. And like the primal part of it is fun, but I like the caretaking more than I like the like,
I think I do too. I guess I never realized that, but I really enjoy that part of it.
Yeah. It's like it's like the obsession and the caretaking and the
animalistic
and the exactly. What about, is that, do you have anything else to add? That was like my very brief Omegaverse summary.
I think you got everything. Packs.
Oh, yeah.
Packs is a big thing for me.
That's more of a thing in books than it is in fan fiction.
Or like a throuple could be a pack technically, but a pack is usually one omega, multiple alphas or betas.
Okay.
It could be a mixture, but it's it's poly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poly.
But the primal version
Mine does
of that.
have poly in it. So
Yay!
I did that.
Great.
I did a thing. I did it.
All right, Emily, you're going first?
Yes.
Great.
I will say that this is not a when I was trying to look up breeding stuff, a lot of it was just porn.
Yep.
Which again we would like a little bit of a story with it. So in lieu of saying like breeding, there's so much talk of nodding, which is the act of breeding. Like
Right.
you're locking yourself in there to
make
get it
things
all in there.
Yep.
So I've kind of replaced it with nodding.
Okay.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Got it.
Cool.
Cool.
So for anyone who reads this or the whole series at home, it's more that, but it is the same thing. So it's
yeah.
And also it's my fucking podcast and I'll do what I want.
It's your fucking podcast.
yes, we support you.
I support you.
Oh my God, I love you so much. You're my angels.
Love you too.
I had a day. So here we go. I actually told you guys, I think both about this book. I got so excited when I read it.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it because I enjoyed it so much. It's called Not Your Damn Omega. KNOT Not by Devyn Sinclair.
Fun.
It's 526 pages, which is a lot for me. I usually try to cap it at a 350 here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this, I am going to try and go a little faster.
Okay.
And it came out September 27th, 2022.
Great.
And it is a 5-person POV.
Damn.
So
She Polly.
if anyone
There you go.
gets confused, please stop me and be like, who is talking? But I will try to tell you.
So everyone gets about 100 pages.
Everyone gets 100 pages. Yeah.
Nailed it.
It's mostly Esme, though, who is our main character.
your cat.
My cat's
I didn't know
name.
your cat was Polly.
Apparently she is.
Get ready to talk about your cat having sex.
No.
Esme is meeting yet another pack with her mother and matchmaker.
Oh.
Being the twin sister of a famous Omega movie star, Ava, she's having a hard time finding a pack who wants her and not her sister. Her sister Ava is like I would say it's like a Taylor Swift, but like a movie star Taylor Swift.
Got it. Very, very, very famous.
Yes, very famous. Already has a pack. She's bonded to a rock star group
Fun.
called something. I forgot to write it down. I think it's called Devious Mind or something like that.
Cool.
Taylor
Or
Swift and the
Deviant
Devious
Mind. Yeah. Ava. And Esme is the girl. So, yes, she's met with probably like over 100 packs. She is from a not high society family, but like her dad, who has now passed, was a politician. Her mom grew up in old money, and now Ava's a movie star. So they are in the public eye. They are rich, and her mom wants her to not only get bonded to a pack, but make sure that they are the right kind of people.
Oh, so this is like a thing in this world that like if you're an
is
Omega,
a thing
then
in
you
this-
get a pack.
Pack or alpha. It's
Okay.
either or.
Okay.
Her mom had an alpha,
Got it.
but her sister has a pack. Either one is fine.
Got it. Okay.
Once she basically she meets this group and they're talking and she goes, "What's my middle name?" And one of the guys immediately says, like, Victoria, and the matchmaker's like, "Fuck." She goes, "Nope, that's Ava's middle name." So like she
Yeah.
constantly just like basically goes like brutally is like, what's this, because they are given a dossier on her basically, and she is given a dossier on them, and she basically is like, okay, fuck off. And and she leaves. She's like, I'm done. Her mom's like, no, stay. And she's like, I'm gonna go for a run, I just need to be alone. As she's walking out, her sister walks in. Her and her sister are best friends.
Aw.
She's the best. And her sister comes in and is like, what the fuck happened? And Esme's like, I don't want to talk about it. She goes in and Ava talks with the matchmaker and her mom while Esme sticks around to listen to see what they say. And they learn that Esme is now getting a reputation in the news as cold and problematic.
Wow.
Because she has now gone through so many packs and
Fuck
said
the
no to
news.
them.
Yeah, fuck the news.
Fuck the news.
Fuck the news.
Except if the news wants to have us on. Yeah, that's-
Also, if the news is good. There you go.
Also, yeah, sometimes it's going to be good. So her family...
I did it. I meant it in another way, but it's okay. Go on.
and basically, yeah, so she learns this. She's like, ugh, this is a bummer. So Ava, who has been bonded for a year. Oh, sorry. The rock band is called Mindless Delirium. Kind of close. Kind of got there.
Mindless delirium.
Fun.
Ava and her pack ran into each other at an award show, and they turned out to be scent sympathetic, which is a clinical name for when scents are so compatible you just know. You just know.
Okay.
It's as if it's a fated mates type of thing. Your scents are. You're just like, I need to lick this person because they smell so good. It means like you're meant to be.
Got it.
Sure.
And so that's what Esme is kind of dealing with, because she's like, well, Ava found her pack by just running into them.
Right.
And like, is it so bad to want a scent sympathetic match? So Ava is like, hey, get off your sad sack. Let's go to a party. And Esme's like, I don't want to go. And she's like, well, I have to go, and it'd be good for your reputation. My manager says it would be. She's like, fine. So she gets dressed up in this like tight gold dress, and she gets taken to this like a production party or whatever. Mm-hmm. And to lift her spirits, they get publicity photos of the two of them dancing. And to give the press a view of her that's not rigid or frigid, they go, and while Esme's like, where's the food table? And Ava's like, love it. So they go to the food table, and she's piling stuff on her plate. And she goes, God, like, where are these cupcakes? And Ava goes, what are you talking about? She's like, these cupcakes smell amazing. Like, where the fuck are they? And she's following her nose, and she's like turning back to her sister being like, don't you smell this? She literally runs into a man.
Ooh,
Cupcake Man.
Elevator smell like cupcakes?
Cupcake Man.
She literally runs into Bennett, who is a famous tattoo artist who is doing small tattoos at the party.
Oh,
Okay, Bennett.
Which is cool, because I went to a show at the Salt Shed, and there's a person doing small tattoos there.
Oh, fun.
And I was
Did
like,
you get one?
No, I got two. I was too scared.
No, I thought you said no. I got 2.
No, I got 4. Well, I'm also someone who gets tattoos like that. I draw them on my body for like a week to make sure I want them.
It makes sense.
Mine all have like a meaning, not just like something out of a book that I like. I like to come up with a whole thing. So
Okay.
I'm a storyteller. What can I say?
Okay.
And
so Bennett the tattoo
Bennett,
cupcake.
yes. He's a famous tattoo artist, and he smells incredible. Luckily, she runs into him as he lifts the tattoo gun, so he doesn't fuck up someone's tattoo, which is a huge thing. And he's like, oh my God. And she's like, oh my God. And they kind of look at each other, and she goes, huh, and then runs away. And Ava's like, I'll be right back, buddy. And like follows her. What's going on, Ez? And she's like, he smelled really good, and I'm scared. That's bad. And because they are twins. They're identical twins. So she's like, I can't even imagine if someone sees me and immediately says Ava, because that's gonna upset me, especially someone who smells so good. So she runs away to the balcony, freaking out. Her sister's like, okay, let's just dance. Let's eat a little bit, and then we'll dance, and then we'll go. So as she's dancing, she kind of closes her eyes for a minute. Ava kind of disappears, then comes back, and then all of a sudden, Bennett is there, and she starts to perfume. She perfumes so hard. And she takes scent blockers. She takes blockers and stuff. So when you're in a huge party with a bunch of alphas, you're not going to make someone accidentally rut or something. You don't want someone to lose their...
Cause a
you don't
rut.
want to cause a ruckus, if you will.
Yes.
I don't.
So even with scent blockers pumping through the air vents, with her having sprayed it all over, she is perfuming so hard. And Bennett and her are dancing so hard. She finds herself actually climbing up of him.
Oh, love that.
Omegas are usually, it's not always, but Omegas are usually like smaller.
Yeah.
Like a 5'5" and below. And alphas are big.
Yep.
They are usually very tall.
Yeah, sure.
So she is climbing up this guy. And then she's like, oh my God, we're a scent match. She realizes she's climbed him like a tree, and she gets down and she runs to her sister, and she goes, we need to leave right now.
Cute.
And Ava's like, got it. And they go.
Wow.
But not before Ava had cornered Bennett and was like, hey, I would really like a tattoo.
Ooh.
Where is your tattoo shop? And he's like, love that you asked, and like gives them the details, and she's gonna come in for a tattoo.
A good
later.
sister.
Like a good sister.
Very
Okay,
good sister.
okay, she's not trying to get.
No, but she's already
No.
she's already matched. She's already mated. Once you're mated, like that's happy
right.
for life.
Yep.
You're not gonna cheat on someone that you're like sympathetic with.
Sure.
It's like a soulmate type situation.
So
Okay.
Bennett goes back to his house where 4 other men in his pack live. One happens to be a beta. So it's 4 alphas, 1 beta.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
It's not
Got it.
It's not super important, but it is just a
But the beta is not part of it.
the
Like,
beta
he's
is
not part
the beta
of
is
their-
part of the pack.
Yes.
He just can't not.
yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense. When we get
Just
to
the way you
it,
said it, the KNOT, not.
they
NOT.
cannot.
They cannot,
if you will.
cannot. Okay.
Yes.
I will go into more detail later when that's necessary. to talk about it.
Okay.
But Bennett goes home and he literally says, "Pack, assemble," and his friend Luke is in the kitchen going, "When have we ever done that. And Bennett's like, smell my shirt. And he takes his shirt off and starts, I'm just looking at our producer who's giggling.
Wow.
Takes his shirt off and is like, smell it. Thrusts it into Luke's
cute.
nose. And he's like,
really
oh
cute.
my God. And it smells incredible. It
my
smells
God.
amazing.
I'm digging this. This
Can
is good.
I ask if this comes up later? Then let me know. But like, do we know how the pack has assembled? Like, how did the pack?
They talk about it later.
Okay,
But
okay.
if in case I didn't write it down, I'll say they all work at this tattoo shop.
Okay.
They are world-renowned tattoo
They're
artists.
a tattoo pack.
And they all decided that they would be fucking the same person.
It's like a known thing that if you are an alpha, they didn't go too much into it, but it seems like if you're an alpha, you meet another alpha, you get along very well, and you like have a lot of similarities and you have similar sense, maybe, then you're like, oh, we should be in a pack.
Okay.
So being in a pack as like alphas in this world, at least, they are not attracted to each other.
Okay.
They are like best friends.
Her best friend's attracted to the same person.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like more in the animalistic sense of all of us are kind of in the same family
Yes.
and we work together, we live together,
Yes.
and we also like the same person potentially.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it's in this world, if you're a pack, you want an alpha or you want one omega.
Got it.
So it could be 4 to 5 alphas or betas and 1 omega.
Nice. Okay.
So he goes, pack assemble, smell my shirt. And they all come down. They're all like, oh my God, her scent, we must meet her.
Cute.
He and Ava had exchanged numbers. As I said before, she expressed interest in getting a tattoo. And because that, he was like, I didn't want to do anything until I talked to you guys. And the whole pack's like, no, do something. We need the scent.
Cute.
So he messages Ava asking about Esme. Ava calls Esme days later, who hasn't left her house because she is embarrassed that she climbed a man. And also because she's a painter. She is a painter who works under a pseudonym.
Oh.
I believe it's Elaine Walker or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
It's an interesting name to pick.
Well, it's her middle name and then her mother's like maiden
Okay,
name or something
makes
like
more
that.
Sense. I'm like, Elaine Walker, what a random
I don't
name.
think it's that. It's something like that. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
yeah.
And so, and Ava's like, get out of the house. We're going to go to lunch.
Okay.
She's like, all right, that's fine. And she's like, I'm just going to wear sweats. She's like, I don't know, put like a hat, like do this. And she doesn't dress up too much, but enough that she's like, you look presentable in case the paparazzi see us.
Very clever of her to lie like that.
Always, yeah.
Wow, she's a good sister.
They're in this car because Ava has security.
Yeah.
She's very famous. She needs security. They're in this car. They're getting driven. Esme looks out the window and she goes, this isn't lunch. They're actually at Nautilus, which is the tattoo parlor where Bennett and his pack work.
Nautilus.
That's a good name.
Right? It's a good name.
Nautilus.
It's a good name.
She's mad, but she's also been like internet stalking this whole pack for days and is super nervous that they're just not going to like her. Because again, we have a little more insight later in this, but it's she has trauma with someone not liking her and wanting Ava instead.
That makes me sad.
It's like I can see myself in this book. And so she walks in. She's like, Ava's like, get your ass in there. And she's like, okay. She walks in. Right there above the front desk where this girl Daisy is working is one of her paintings.
Oh my God.
I'm so happy you guys are liking this book because I like this book too.
Oh my God.
And she's
He
like,
already
oh my
got a
God.
painting?
She's like, oh my God. Well, they don't know it's her.
Oh,
and
they were just drawn to it?
Yes, and Ava
Oh,
goes,
I thought that they knew. And they
no,
went out and
because
bought
she
it.
paints out under a pseudonym.
Oh.
And Ava goes,
Elaine Walker.
see?
Yes. Okay.
Again, I don't know if it's Elaine Walker, but I think
It is now.
yeah. She goes, Ava goes, she comes up behind her and she goes, see, it's meant to be. And she walks in and she can see all of them. Half of them are working. The other half are like finishing up. And she makes eye contact with Bennett, who's like across the room. And he looks up and he turns around and he comes back and he has a huge box of cupcakes. And he goes, see, cupcakes. And she starts laughing. And he's like, hey, can Rylan, can you take her back to the back?
Rylan.
And we're all going to finish up here and then we can all like chat. He's like, yeah, of course. So we meet the pack and he asked Rylan to do it because Rylan is the beta. His scent, while still good, is not going to be so overpowering.
Because he's not an alpha. He doesn't
Yes.
have that biological thing as much.
Yes. And so he kind of leaves her there because the whole pack was like, well, we're going to do it together. So then there's like a knock on the door. Bennett comes in. He's like, hey, before we start, he like gathers her up in a hug, and then plants a kiss on her. And is like, I've been wanting to do that since the moment I laid eyes on you. And she's like, me too. And he's like, are you ready to meet the pack? And she's like, yes. So we have Luke, who is the oldest of the pack. He's like, I think they're all within their late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
So he's like maybe 30.
Okay.
Sandy brown hair, piercing blue eyes, no visible tattoos. Kind of looks like a boy next door.
Wow, Luke. Okay.
Rylan is the beta. He has blonde hair. He's kind of lean, a little shorter.
Okay.
Cade has a thick beard, dark hair, covered in tattoos,
Nice.
eyebrow and lip piercings, gauges in his ears.
Cute.
Like tall mountain of a man, looks a little intimidating. Somebody who you're like, oh, he works at a tattoo
What
parlor.
was his name again?
Cade, Kade.
Cade.
Avery is red hair, full beard, burly. She says he's a cross between a lumberjack and a teddy bear.
So your type.
Yeah. Yeah, your type. That one's you.
That
So
one's a bit
your
of me.
type.
And Bennett, who asked to be called Ben, who was tall, dark hair, very broad shoulders, had tattoos all up of constellations all up his arms.
Fine.
I wish I could
Wow.
tell you what all their scents
Sounds
were.
like your type.
I know.
I really wish I could remember what all their scents were. I think hers is like a caramel. I think one of them is like a pine, because scents are really big in this.
Okay.
So cupcakes, pine.
Like Christmas.
There was. Oh shit! I feel so stupid for not writing it down.
That's
but
all right. That's
I mean,
okay.
this is another
You had
reason.
500 pages to cover.
Yeah,
That's true.
We
I
forgive
think
you.
it's okay.
This is a reason to go and read it. So.
Yeah.
I might.
They're
I
like
just might.
she's very into all their scents, and they're very into hers, and they're like, you are perfuming all over this room. She's like, I can't help it, I'm around you guys. And they're like, we would like to court you, would you like to come back to our house? And she's like, sure. And so
Where is her sister during all of this? Did she just kind of fade into the background and leave?
she like went to Bennett and was like, I'm just gonna go.
Great.
If you guys are cool, I'm gonna leave my bodyguard here,
Yeah.
who has been with them for like years. So Esme is very comfortable with him as well.
She is safe.
Oh, the pseudonym is Elise Taylor.
Okay, that's
Elise
better.
Taylor. Elise Taylor.
What was the other one? You
I
said
hate
Eileen Walker.
Elaine Walker.
Elise Taylor.
It's not that far off.
It's
Come
not,
on.
but Elise Taylor is better.
I
it
always
is
do
better.
this where I write down the name later on, but for some reason I
Elaine
mention it up top like a fucking idiot.
It was on your mind. It's fine.
It's on my mind. So they go back to their house because they're like, let's show you where we live and like what we do when we're not here at this tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
Oh, and they all talk about their specialties as well. So like one of them is like a traditionalist tattooist. One is like the piercer / everything else. One
Okay.
is watercolors.
Fun.
I think that one's the burly redhead. And one is like word art.
Yeah.
And so like they all have a specialty,
text.
which I was like, that's really
That's nice.
That's
cool.
also very realistic
Yes.
to people that would be working at
Yes.
a tattoo shop together.
And the world building this is really good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
really
love
great.
it.
So they go back to their house along with the bodyguard because she's skittish and she doesn't want her sister there as well. Because her sister's like, do you want me to come? And she's like, no.
No.
Because she thinks that it might distract her or possibly the guys.
Aw.
So they show her around the house and they want to do like pizza in a movie. She walks into the house. They have more pieces by Elise Taylor. And Luke is like, God, I love her work. And she's like, well, thank you. And they're like, what? And they learn that she's the artist, and they're looking at her with awe. It's so cute.
her art. They like her paint. She's a good painter.
She gets a tour of the house, and it's huge. And they all have their own room, but it's like a huge room. It's like a room with like that would happen to have like a couch in it, like
Got it.
that kind of room.
Sure.
Which I can't even fathom. And it's huge, complete with a room for an Omega and a nest.
Oh, and nests. We
Oh,
didn't
a
talk
little
about
We
nests.
didn't talk about nests.
I think I get it.
You get it?
Like it's a
Nest, when you're going into heat, you want to nest. You want to be surrounded by comfy things,
Comf.
by pillows and
Yeah.
yeah.
like when
And
you-
nesting.
You have she
You
has
have
our
our-
sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Show me your nest.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what that means.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have stuff in our
You
Etsy
create
store.
a
Go look.
little nest.
And so
nest.
the nest is in all three of these books. All three of the books are about different packs. Fun fact.
Cool.
The room is huge. Her room is huge. It is connected. This happens to be, I think, in all three of these books as well. It's an Omega's bedroom, then it's like a bathroom, and then it's connected to a nest. And it's usually a curved, padded room. The floor is going to be all cushions. It's going to be kind of padded walls. There's going to be like some natural light and like a maybe like a ledge to put drinks on.
Makes sense.
Nice.
It's kind of like a hangout pad, but it's complete. It's like schmooshy.
Yeah.
It's a schmooshy pad.
Schmooshy.
Yeah, schmooshy. And they're like, yeah. She's like, I don't want to go in. I don't want to like get my scent on it because it's not my nest. It's not my room. And they're like, we just have it in case we ever meet an Omega one day. No one's ever been in there. As far as we're concerned right now, it's yours. And she was like, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there. So while they're ordering pizza, she goes up to Wes, the bodyguard, again, who has known her for like at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And is like, what are your thoughts? And he's like, they look at you like you hung the moon. And and he goes, this is a really good pack and I trust them.
Oh.
And and he's also a bonded alpha. So he knows. Yeah. He's kind of like a father figure.
Cute.
And she feels instantly better. They all chat. Like basically on a huge couch like this. She's in the middle. They all want to touch her. Like someone's leaning against her leg. Someone's here. Like they have this. And Wes is in a cuck chair in the corner, just being like.
Wes is the bodyguard.
Wes is the bodyguard.
He's the dad. He's got.
I thought that she was gonna go up to him and be like, "Beat it."
No,
I know. I feel like she should.
And the pack is very respectful, and they're like, "Can we hug you? Are we allowed to give you a kiss?" And she's like, "I would really like that.
Wow.
I don't think we should do anything else." They're like, "Totally not."
Wow.
So they basically
Cute.
like spend the night cuddling on this couch. She falls asleep, and
She's comfortable.
She wakes up to Cade walking her to Wes's car to drive her home. She's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed I fell asleep. He's like, no, it means you're comfortable with us. And also, I wanted to walk you out so I could smell you more and I could hug you. And I was like, oh my God. So the next day, she's in bed. She's like, this was great. Why do I feel weird? Her heat arrives.
Oh no.
A breakthrough heat?
It's a breakthrough heat mostly because she's been surrounded by alphas so much and she's not used to it.
Yes.
Ava calls her. She's like, bitch, why do you look so bad?
Right.
Because she does like a FaceTime and she's like, I'm in my heat. And she's like, okay, I'll get you supplies and your pack. And she's like, wait, what? No. I'm not ready. And Ava's like, no, you need this. And she brings them around.
And I think we kind of glossed over it, Kim, but like in most Omegaverse books or stories, like it's a thing where like ideally you would have other people helping you through the heat. Like you can go it out alone and you can like do it other ways, but most of the time it is almost medically necessary to have somebody helping.
To have a knot.
The only difference is the medically necessary part.
And it's painful. It's like you're getting a lot of cramps. So she even before anyone comes, she takes meds for the pain and so it kind of like she's now in preheat. She knows it's coming. She's getting the symptoms. It's not there yet. She has like maybe like 10 hours. Mm-hmm. She has like a while. So her pack comes. Ava's like, do you want to see them? She's like, yeah. Bring Luke. I want Luke or something like that. And he comes up there. He's like, hey, babe, can we help you through your heat? And she's like, I don't want to be a burden.
I love this. Oh my God.
I don't want to be a burden. And he goes, hey, Cade. And Cade comes up and he goes, she doesn't want to be a burden. He goes, fuck that. I'm packing your things. Where's your, and he like starts going around doing stuff. And she's like, okay. And he goes, we're going to take you to Nest.
Kim's into this.
We're going to take you to Nest Inc. Have you ever been to Nest Inc? She goes, no. And he goes, well, we got to get your nest ready. So she goes downstairs after packing.
Where are these men?
They're going to interior decorate.
I wish.
Where are these men?
God, I want these men so bad. So she, as Luke and Cade help her downstairs with her stuff, she finds Ava chatting to the rest of the pack about a possible reality show in the tattoo parlor. So that's like a fun thing. But they're like, okay, they get home. They're like, hold on, let's go home and like see what we need to do. They get there. Ben's sister Addison is an interior designer who's in all three of the books. And his sister is there at the house, and they're like, God damn it. And Addison's there with her mate, and they walk in, and she goes, sorry, I needed chips and also to see who you're mated to because, oh my God, she's so pretty. And they're like, we don't have time, Addison. She's going into heat.
You must start interior decorating.
Yeah,
we had 10 hours to paint this room, girl.
Well, she just happened to be there. She happened to be there, and she goes, oh my God, she's going into heat, and your nest isn't done? Like, You guys are such bad alphas.
Okay,
Let's go.
But didn't they just find out like yesterday about her?
Yeah, but she doesn't.
She doesn't know
Addison
that.
is the sister that just arrived.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And so they all go to nesting. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I've never made a nest. And she's like, just go around. Like, this is the best
This is a
fucking
dream.
idea. It's kind of like a big, like, Home Goods or
I'm
something.
picturing like
Yeah.
the container store,
Yeah,
but with everything.
But it's only
But it's
like
comfy
it's
stuff.
like sheets, it's like cushion covers,
Yeah.
pillows,
Yeah.
blankets. There's
Yeah.
things for your post heat, so like robes and bath bombs, and they're like start touching things, see what feels right. It's a very
like
sensory thing.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Honestly,
Yes.
this is the hottest part of the story.
So she picks a lot of like blues and greens. She
Right.
picks cushion covers because those things are gonna get
There's
dirty.
gonna be slick.
They gonna be slick. And so she picks all her stuff, and her heat starts to come, and she's like, "I can't do this anymore." They're like, "We gotta go." So they get her home, and they're like, the guys are like, "Addison, is this doable?" And they're like, "We do this all the time." And her crew like run up and start putting together this nest, and I was like, "This is amazing." They get home, they get her in the tub.
This is amazing. I'm sorry. I'm having
I'm so happy. They get her in the tub, and Avery, my person,
Your guy.
is in the tub with her, and he's like, "Before you lose it, you need to tell me your boundaries."
God dang.
Thank
I
God.
know.
Good for you, Avery.
Oh,
yes.
dang.
Correct.
And she's
Correct.
like, I don't know. I need someone's sweatshirt, and he like takes off his sweatshirt. So she's like, I don't have any boundaries. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yes, just fuck me." And he's like, "All right, babe. Well, your nest is almost done. We're not doing anything till we're getting into your nest." And she's like, "Fine." And she's like,
I relate to this really.
She's half crying, but it's like a real thing. It's like
Fine.
you cannot help yourself. It's like
Yeah.
you need it. So, which I really like. They do that in all three of the books too. Of like, do you have any boundaries before you lose your mind? And like, no, just fuck me. I guess.
It's very necessary.
Yes. So this leads to number one. One huge heat.
Yay!
I'm just gonna like kind of go through it.
Yep.
Ben knots her.
Great.
The only way to calm her down, but then also she gets Eiffel Towered by two of them.
Nice.
And then Cade takes her from behind. The quote, "Knots had never felt like this for me." Quote, "Without them, I feel empty, needed to be filled up." They all have kind of different styles. So one is a lot more primal. One is a lot more dom. Not the one you think it would be.
Which one? You gotta tell me.
Beta.
The one who is so Ben is like normal, but normal is great. Rylan is Rylan at one point. So he's the beta. He can't knot her, but he can still they can still do a lot,
stuff.
have
Yeah,
sex.
yeah.
And he goes, "Hold her down." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Rylan is the one that's like very dom.
Fun.
Avery doesn't get to go this time. Cade, the one with the tattoos and the piercings, is like the more primal one, and
Sure.
he, while he's taking her from behind, is like, "One day I'm gonna chase you," and da-da. And she's like, "I would like that," and he's like,
Great.
"Really?"
Great.
So it's like that. The second wave comes. So this is heats are multi-day things.
Sure.
Yeah.
They can be.
Yeah.
It's like a period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the second wave comes, and she gets a double penetrated. DP, famously.
DP.
Didn't know what that was for a while. Luke is dirty talking her while it happens, and every time he mentions how they're both going to knot her, she comes a little bit. Her heat finally breaks after a big finale in which they all do something to her at the same time.
Whoa.
And the heat was like 4 days. Afterwards, they're like, "Can you stay? Like, do you want to move in? Just to your room?"
We just had sex for 4 days.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
you can move in.
Maybe we're comfortable enough for this.
And they all kind of like wake up and they're like, "We would like to court you, but I think that means like you being here with us, and like you don't have to move your workshop or your workspace in, but like we just want you to be here." And she's like, "I would like that." So they're like, "Oh, we got to go shopping
Again?
for your room."
Oh, for the room, not the nest.
Where's the sister or cousin or whoever?
So they're
Addison.
like, now we have time.
Oh, okay.
okay,
So
so-
they can help.
So
with
they
it.
go to like a Macy's or something, and also money is
Fine.
never an option for. Money's not an
Object-
issue for.
object, yeah.
Object. Thank you for anyone in any of these stories.
No.
they're
Which
also
I love.
one of them comes from money, but also they do really well for themselves.
Yeah.
so they're all fine with that.
It would not be fun if they were like, okay, we have a budget of $150.
find a bed.
Yep.
So a photographer, whilst They're at Macy's. They're shopping for all their stuff. A photographer finds them, and she starts, and they kind of click. The people that work at the shop immediately are like, "Get out of here!" But she is a little triggered by it, and Avery, the big mountain of a man who I love so much, he's like the I want to cuddle you.
Cute.
Guy. He's like, I wanna have sex with you for like hours and edge you, and then we're gonna make you come, and then I want to cuddle you. That's like his style.
He's a
soft dom. He's a soft dom. Thank you.
Love that.
So he's the one that's like, why don't we talk a little bit while all of this stuff that we bought you gets loaded up and we go home. And they also bought her a bunch of lingerie too. Just
nice.
So,
just for fun.
God, this is the dream.
I know.
Okay.
They sit on like a chair or whatever in Macy's, and like I'm here in Macy's,
where we are.
In Macy's, where we are.
And she tells the story. She dated an alpha who was family friends with her family, and the alpha told her all people wanted was her sister. And to, quote, leave the pretty dresses to her sister because it was Esme's job to make her look better in comparison. Everyone wanted her.
Oh, how dare you.
Everyone wants Ava, but since they couldn't have her, they would settle for the knockoff, Esme.
Boo.
So she should play up to what everyone wanted her to be, which was the slutty one.
Wow.
And they were at dinner, and he tried to touch her, and she just immediately got up and left.
Good for her. Wait, so they were not mated.
No, they just went on a date.
Dating this
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like on a let's try this out date.
Got it. Okay.
And so she has insecurities about what she wears a lot of the time as well, because she's scared that she's scared of them laughing at her, and she wouldn't be able to come back from them.
I want her to own her sluttiness.
Well, she is more.
I have a feeling she might.
She's more the like I want to dress kind of like in pretty floral dresses, and Ava is the one that's like, I want to dress with my tits out.
Yeah.
But their public images are opposite.
Aww.
And it's been like thrust upon them, and while Ava still is like fine with what she wears, she's like, it's just like a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
I want Esme to be everything she wants to be.
Me too.
God.
And so they make her feel better, and they're like, wear whatever the fuck you want because we're obsessed with you.
Yes. Correct.
Woo.
Correct.
Yes. And so, and she even like at one point they go home, she puts on this like negligee that she bought with these pearls on it.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm scared. And they're like, honey, we can smell you on the stairs. We know you're there. Just come down. And she walks in, and they're all like, oh my God. Like, oh God. And so she was like, okay, that's great. So she feels a lot better about herself. The next like day or whatever, she has lunch with her mom, who called that morning being like, I'm sorry, are you mated? And she's like, fuck, I forgot to tell mom. So, but also she was in a heat.
She was busy.
Yeah, she was busy, Mom.
She goes,
God.
and her pack is like, go home, wear whatever you want to wear, and then go meet your mom. She's like, okay. So she wears this like black kind of like lacy dress that her mom's like, oh, that's not what you usually wear. And she's like, it's what I want to wear, mother. And
Mother.
I'm going to army, mother.
I'm going to the army, mother.
This is my outfit for army.
So she has dinner, or she has lunch with her mom. Ava comes for moral support, and it doesn't go well. Her mom's like, well, we didn't vet this pack. And Ava's like, aren't you happy that your daughter pretty much found a sympathetic match? She's like, blah, blah, blah. And they both get up, and they're like, all right, we're going to talk to you later, and we're just going to go get hot dogs or something, which I loved.
Yeah.
The sisters?
So she
got up and got hot
Yeah.
dogs.
So
Okay.
the mom was mad because they weren't like of her society.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Because they look like tattoo artists.
Oh, how dare!
Wow.
So all the boys decide they want to take her out on individual dates. So now we get a bunch of individual dates. It will go back and forth, but I'm gonna try and tell it from like a narrator POV.
Love it.
Excellent.
Ben takes her on the first date to a nightclub to finish the dance they never got to. And while they're there, they are dancing hot and heavy for like 3 hours.
Great.
And someone takes a photo, and he's already like riled up. He like breaks the camera in half. She's like, oh my God, he's going into a rut because she's been like teasing him. And they're looking hot. There's sexual tension. He goes into a rut. They get home immediately. And it goes to number 2. Not another perfect Emily scene.
Does he pick her up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, does she?
And he
climb
pushes
like
her against a wall.
Against the wall. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Woo.
And knots her.
Right.
And fills her up.
Uh-huh.
And since it's a heat knot, since it's not during a heat, the knot immediately, like they have sex, it happens, and then it's like, whoop, let's go again. And it's like, that's because so like when you're in a heat, you want it to stay. So you're coated well, so the heat goes down.
Yes.
This one, it's like, it's just sex. The next night, it's a cute movie night in with Rylan the beta, which leads to number 3. You ever just get a craving? In which her Omega is like, must taste. And they're just watching a movie, and she's like, oh my God. And she just immediately is like, I gotta go down on you. And like gives him a blowjob, and then they have sex. There's no knot since he's a beta, but there is a few mentions of how she can feel him filling her when he ejaculates,
etc. Yes.
She goes out to dinner with Ava, her sister, and they talk about Omegas and if the craving, the taste of an alpha's cum is normal, which it is. When she gets home, there's a Nerf gun waiting for her. I swear to God, this is like my perfect book. And a note, and it says, we're hiding everywhere. Every bullet which hits you is a minute of the shooter's choice. You hit us, we're out. If anyone hits you 3 times, they win the next date.
This sounds stressful to me, but
honestly,
also very
basically
fun.
it's like a Nerf gun fight.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
And she's like, oh my God, fun, because she's like, they don't know that I'm a laser tag champion. And so she goes.
This about you?
It's about her. Yeah, I think so.
I'm sadly not a laser tag champion yet. And so she goes around like she hits somebody hits her, and then it's like, oh, 1 minute of making out, and then it's another minute of like you get fingered on the pool table.
Nice,
classic,
great,
classic.
It's fun and sexy, and Cade wins. Cade's date is chasing her in a park.
Excellent.
Which leads to. Which leads to number 4, absolutely feral. There's a lot. they just.
What is tickling you so hard about this?
The smallest park.
You mean the smallest park from Parks and Rec?
No, not that one, but just like chasing around this really little park. And also just the concept of like our dates, me chasing you through the park.
Well, and by date, it's like they know it's going to end in sex.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, where are we going? What's our kink? And theirs is primal play. It's like the hide and seek kind of stuff. And so, absolutely feral, ripping clothes, fighting back. Like she is fighting back. She like hitting him, and he's hitting her. But it was all agreed upon. It's a CNC.
Yep.
It's a CNC.
And she has no boundaries, right?
Yes, but also like they don't want to hurt each other or anything
valid.
like that.
Yeah.
He goes into a rut. He knots her and has to hold her. So he goes into a rut. They had asked one of the other pack members to be like, "Can you park in case anything?" Cade was like, "I'm worried that if I can't control myself, like I don't want her to get hurt." They're like, "No, of course."
I love all of these logistics.
the
logistics,
yes,
the planning.
Me too. And he has to hold her with his knot in her and walk back to the car, and he has to take her home, and they keep banging, and she wakes up the next morning with just like bruises, and she's like, yeah, great. And she's like,
wow.
He's like, are you okay? And she's like, fucking great. But the next night the pack is going to meet her mother.
Oh,
so she's like, gotta put a high neck thing on, cover up all my consensual bruises.
So sexy meeting her mother.
They go to dinner at her house, and immediately there's no staff. The mother is very polite. She's polite, but she's not nice.
Rude.
And Esme sees it all.
Ooh.
Immediately, the pack is like, God, Esme's really, because she sees that there's no staff. She's like, okay. And she tells the guys that she's bummed her mom didn't approve, and she's also like, fuck her. So they go, what's the issue? And they go, well, she sent everyone away because she didn't want anyone to see you guys.
Yeah.
And she basically during this whole dinner, they're being incredibly polite. They have great manners. They're talking to her, and her mom's like, well, I pulled up like dossiers on all of you, so I already know everything. And Esme's like, you don't know anything about these people. And she's just being snotty and snobby, and they just go. And she's bummed. She spends the night with Avery in the nest for a lovely number 5 cuddle fuck.
Cuddle fuck?
Cuddle.
Oh, okay. I heard coddle.
Cuddle.
Cuddle.
Cuddle. The quote is, true calm washed over me. I would never understand Omega biology, the way being knotted soothed every worry, whether it was in our minds or under the surface. But it did. My mind was quiet, and I loved the feeling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
So again, in all of these, it's not centered. Say KNOT centered.
Yes.
Again, in lieu of saying breeding.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. So the next day, the press prints some bullshit about her. And remember, she was very close to her dad, and her dad has passed away.
Oh.
They print something and they say, if her dad was alive, would he approve?
Wow.
And it's awful. And so she gets really sad, and she goes to the cemetery. Her pack comes to comfort her. The pack also, and they make her feel better. The pack starts doing screen tests for a reality show at the tattoo shop, and so they've been really busy. But Luke finally has his night with her, and this one's called A Nice Classic Dom Sub, because Luke is also very dommy. He's the one that's like kind of guy next door, sandy brown hair.
Sure.
And it's just a lot of like, I'm going to tie you up, and you're going to do whatever the fuck I say. And it's like, oh my God, that's great. This one piece of hair is just in my face. Hold on.
Yeah.
Driving me crazy.
Good job.
You did really well.
I know it doesn't look as good, but I have to. So the pack starts taping this show, and Esme is at the same time, and it's great. It's been like a couple weeks, maybe like a month and a half or something.
Yeah.
And they're like just
They're
the
having a great
best.
time. Great.
And so she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go see my mom again. Hopefully this time goes better. I think it's been a while, but whatever.
I bet it's not going to go better.
So she goes, the pack again is taping at the I was gonna say nail salon, tattoo salon,
Right. Tattoo salon. Yeah. No.
tattoo shop,
No.
parlor.
Tattoo salon. Please continue.
The tattoo salon.
That's what it's called now.
salon.
Salon.
The tattoos.
The way you said salon.
No.
Continue.
What you said is better.
So she goes to her mother's for lunch, and she gets there, and Katrina, that bitch matchmaker, is there with another pack, which includes the alpha who said all those awful things to her years ago.
Wait, does the mom know that? Ugh.
And so her and her mom fight. Her mom is like, that pack is using you for fame.
Ooh.
And she's like, no, they're fucking not. Go fuck off. It's 10 minutes. She immediately leaves. Wes, she's like, can you drive me to the tattoo salon? And they go, yes, of course. They leave, they go to the studio. The manager is like, oh my God. Ava's manager, who's helping produce the show, is like, oh my God, they were just talking about you. Do you want to hear? And she's like, yeah, I do. And she puts on the headphones. And it's been a minute or something. And she looks, and Ben says, yeah, she's just a friend, but she did a lot to make this happen. So I guess we'll reward her. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
Freaking out, she throws the headphones off. She's like, oh my God. And she ditches. She just nopes. She nopes out of there.
Oh no.
She gets in she ditches her guards.
She didn't hear some of it.
She ditches her guards, leaves, gets in a cab, like leaves her phone so they can't track her, goes to this like the canyon where she usually goes on runs, and is just walks aimlessly. She's like, I just need to be alone. After filming, the pack and Ava are like, where's Esme? And Wes is like, I thought she was here. And they all start kind of running around looking her. They learn that she ran away, and they're like, what the fuck? They find out what the mom did, and that she left her phone so that they can't be traced. They kind of do the timeline of like what the fuck happened.
Right.
And they trace it back to when she left. They had declined to answer about Esme, and were talking instead about the receptionist, Daisy.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's what she heard, but she had been told, because the manager only heard them ask about Esme. So she's like, oh, they're about to talk about you. So it was a miscommunication.
And then we're just losing our mind and going to the canyon because
not the canyon.
We're not going to check with them. We're not going to communicate after we've communicated this whole story.
Well, she's in trauma right now. She's in a trauma response.
I get it.
She's had a lot thrust upon her. So they know this place she goes to run, and they go there, and it starts pouring rain.
Oh.
And they try finding her from her scent, which is really hard because it's raining.
Right.
And at one point, and Esme's walking around, and she's like, huh? She like sees something, looks a little. She's like on the edge of like a ravine because it's raining so hard. It falls like mudslide. She falls to the bottom of a ravine, breaks her ankle. And she's just like laying there. She's like, this is how I die. And then in the distance, she hears, Esme. Esme. Sorry, lower voice. Esme. It's one of the alphas. And she's like, I'm here. And she kind of like passes out.
Does she smell cupcakes?
No, it's not cupcakes. It's Cade.
Oh.
I don't remember what Cade smells like.
Wasn't it like
I think one of them is like cedar. One of them is like cupcakes. One of them I think it's like cookies or something.
Cute.
And then they all somehow like go together.
I'm gonna choose to believe that Cade smells like cookies.
Sure.
Cookie
All right.
Cade.
Yep.
Her ankle gets fucked. Cade finds her. Not fucked, just literally. Just
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you gotta
Cade finds her.
clarify.
They take her to the hospital. She learns the truth of what was said, and she's like, "I feel like a right dumbass."
She should.
Honestly,
they're all like, it's like we understand why you couldn't like fathom that though because of what you had just been presented with.
All the traumas. Yeah.
Her mom bursts in like looking bedraggled after having learned everything that happened, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I'm so sorry." And they apologize. They start to make amends. She says she doesn't want a bonding ceremony, just a bite. And to be together. And they're like, okay. And they go home, and this leads to number 7, Past the Omega, in which they all fuck a ton and bite each other and they mate.
Yay!
Nice.
Epilogue. Instead of rings, they all gave each other tattoos. And they're and they also all gave her a sleeve. They all like made something on her thing to give her a full sleeve. Sorry, like
how many arms?
Sorry, they each all 4 of them made something on one of her arms to give her a sleeve.
That's
Okay,
cute. That's
cute.
cute. That's cute.
Including a very hyper realistic cupcake.
Aw.
Yes.
Love
And
that.
so and then they're finishing the tattoo as one of them eats her out.
Yeah.
And that's not your damn Omega.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so good. I've read the other 2.
That's a good one.
The other 2 are also about different packs, same universe. They're all friends.
Okay.
Same vibes. So fun.
Do we hear about her sister's pack?
It must be another book, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm just curious.
It might just be a pre-established, like, this is a known thing in this world, and we never find it. But
Wow.
the other 2 books are so good. So the little question I have was, it could be either or. If you were an Omega, or in this world, what would your scent be? Or what would you want to smell? Like, what would you want your mate or one of your packs or whatever? You can get up to like 3 or 4. What would you want their scents to be? So you could do either one.
I mean, I have a very specific perfume that I love that is kind of my signature already that I would probably just...
I was going to say, I use
Yeah.
pretty much the same perfume all the time.
Mine is
Yeah, me too.
Lush, and it's called The Smell of Weather Turning. And
Okay, but what is the actual scent?
It's like very... I couldn't give you like the notes because I'm just not a perfume girl, but it's very spicy. It's more like a cologne than a perfume.
Okay.
And it's very
like a spice rather than a floral.
like a spice rather than a floral,
Okay.
very earthy, petrichor-y,
Okay.
like
Earthy helps. Earthy,
spicy, kind of like a bourbon spicy. Like
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So like just
Actually,
like,
I think one of them smells like a whiskey as well or something.
yeah, like
I've now read so many of these that all their scents are blending together in
it's
my
such
head.
a thing. But yeah, I wouldn't ever, and I never tend to be drawn to like florals or
Yeah.
anything too minty or anything.
Ooh,
like,
no, not
like I
mint.
like a very kind of dark, spicy, kind of complex smell
for yourself.
for myself
My
and
nose
also
itched.
other people.
This is for okay.
I smell the way that I want other people to
Yeah.
smell.
I put florals on myself.
Yeah.
Not too overpowering. I think they smell good, but
Yeah.
you can go in and smell my perfume after this and tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love the smell. So I guess mine would be a floral. I don't want to smell like food.
No.
I don't like that idea.
I don't want to smell sugary.
I don't like like cupcake candles. I'm thinking foliant candles too.
Yeah.
But what I do like, I really like a teak wood, a cedar wood. I'm attracted to those scents. I also I really like the smell of Irish Spring.
Yeah.
Like I love
I do
that
love the-
scent.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about like the deodorant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the
soap.
soap. Yeah.
the soap. Yeah.
Pine.
Pine, that's it. So that makes sense. I like a woody
Yeah.
wood. Wood or trees. What's yours, Kim?
Mine is Calvin Klein's Euphoria, or there was Forbidden Euphoria for a long time. Tangy pomegranate opening and the sweet powdery notes of orchid, violet, and lotus descend into the rich, deep aromas of amber.
So
Ooh.
yours is a little more floral heavy, but still has like
not-
a note of
Like
It's a
fruit.
grounded floral.
Yeah.
Grounded
That's
floral.
what I don't like too flowery.
And what are you attracted to?
I would say it's funny that you said Irish Spring because I was thinking like like the stereotypical like Old Spice or like
Yeah.
I also like Old Spice.
I do
I
too.
like a good like masculine like this is the what was that one? It was
I had a partner who wore Irish Spring, and every time we'd hug, I'd be like, I'm like, you smell so good. Well, that was not your damn Omega.
Good job.
Thanks.
I've never quibbled. If it was ribbled, I would devour where others merely nibbled, as the judge remarked the day that he acquitted my Aunt Hortense.
So we're gonna go on a little romp.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna read the fic Disparate by
Disparate.
Okay. By stars_in_motion. She's 4 chapters. She's about 40,000 words, and she is a Hermione fan fiction.
I read it.
Emily has
Settle down.
Emily has read it and is so excited
I'm okay.
that she started coughing.
Let me drink my White
Wow.
Claw.
But do you remember it?
No, I remember the you know, like when you look up a story and you see the blurb.
Yeah. You remember the blurb?
I remember the blurb.
Okay.
I don't really remember the story.
Excellent.
But even if I did, I'd be excited.
Do you want to tell Kim about Hermione?
I've listened to your podcast.
give
I know
us-
what Hermione is.
Give us
Draco and Hermione.
Okay, tell me
And they're in
about the
love.
2 of them as characters, like individually, like a little bit.
Draco is, the worst. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
you know so much about him.
he's the worst. No, he's a Slytherin dude, and he was very he's very. Oh my god! Now I can't think of any.
It's okay.
He was a little whiny baby
He was
as
a
a
whiny
kid.
baby as a kid.
Spoiled,
then
snobby.
He was spoiled, snobby,
Racist.
a little racist, a little like born into
Alexis.
some
Privilege.
assholes. Yeah. And then as he grew up, it just like it got past him. Like I feel like it.
In the books, no, it
In the
did
books,
not.
it never does. In the books, he's pretty much a shithead all the way through.
Yeah.
But his family does like.
But I mean, like he you can see glimmers of him like
yeah,
being like, I don't want this.
Regretting.
Yeah,
he's a scared little kid, and
He was born into it.
Yeah, by getting past it, I don't mean that he ever stops doing bad things. I think that it's just like you're like, oh, there's humanity, and he is just like he was born into it and
100%.
was dealt a weird card.
Yes.
And then Hermione is the nerdy,
nerdy, very smart.
Nerdy,
She's
smart.
a muggle
Badass.
She's a muggle born.
badass. She has all the skills.
All the
she's
skills.
muggle born.
Yeah. This is a post-war AU, aka they are adults now. They both have jobs in the ministry. And we're going to get into a little bit of like Draco's redemption and how they're redeeming Draco in the story. Like I find that every post-war AU has something of like, how did we come out of this? Because you were a Death Eater and that's bad.
That is debate.
Yes. So we'll get into it. But yeah, anything else about Hermione that you want to say, Emily?
I love them.
She loves them.
I love them so much.
Is there anything about their dynamic in particular that you are excited for, Emily, in this fic?
I guess, well, like in terms of general Hermione?
Yeah, is there anything that you would be like, ooh, this would be fun?
I enjoy that they both have similar characters in the sense that like in a lot of these they're both actually really smart.
And
like Draco is actually really smart. It's like I don't know if it's actually canon, but there's a lot of people that are like, well, he was only second behind her in potions, or like he is canonically still a hard worker.
Yeah, they're
in
both
terms of
really
academics.
passionate.
They're
Yeah.
ambitious.
So I like when they
smart,
realize that they both do match up like that.
Yeah.
I like when he's chill. I like in a lot of fan fictions when he's like chill and cool, like if he's friends with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like he has in a lot of them he always has like a dry humor, but like I like sassy Draco. I also like Daddy Draco.
Okay.
I mean
Daddy
Dilf
Draco.
and Zaddy.
Right,
So
right.
I like I guess physically too, this is a perfect alpha omega because he is again like canonically like bigger. He's a tall guy, kind of a little lanky, but does fill out usually, especially when he's in Quidditch. And she is a shorter bookish gal, big curly brown hair.
Like who?
I don't know,
Like somebody we
Like
know.
a little
gorgeous
you.
girls. But like I love that I like their physical difference
Tall,
too.
small.
I like a tall, small.
Tall, small.
Tall, small.
Yeah. All right. I think we have what we need to get into Disparate.
Okay.
Content warning for cum play, breeding kink, primal play, and manipulation with a happy ending.
I didn't do any trigger warnings for mine. Oops.
It's fine.
Mine didn't have any. I was happy.
Yeah,
Yours was
they
all right.
checked in with
Yours-
each other like every 5 minutes
Yeah.
in yours.
All right.
It was great. I'm saying it was great.
Okay. It's great. You said it like it was a bad thing.
No,
for
it was
No,
a
no, no.
good one.
I have to move too. Okay.
Is everybody settled?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're-
keep moving, but
That's
it's fine.
fine. All right. I love that you both are so intensely facing me now. Okay. All right. We open in the middle of an argument between Hermione and her husband and mate, Ron Weasley.
Oh,
You don't like Ron, right?
no, I remember this now. barely.
Ron bashing is a very common,
I
very
love Ron
very
bashing.
acceptable thing for in Germany because we have to get Ron out of the way. And what fun is it to make him an asshole? Because he is kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
In the book,
He's brutish in
He's
not a
whiny
sexy way.
little boy.
He's a whiny little bitch boy.
So in this world, all magic people are alphas, betas, omegas.
Okay.
Hermione, as a muggle-born witch, did not really realize that this was a thing until she was like about to go through puberty.
Okay.
And they basically had like the Hogwarts equivalent of sex ed, and we're like, okay, so there's a thing that's gonna happen when
Watch
you
out for
hit
it.
puberty. and
God,
you're
I
gonna-
wish that was in the movie.
I know. And you're going to get
Yeah.
like your designation and you're going to like learn if you're an omega
Yeah.
or a beta or an alpha. And she didn't really know about it because she's a muggle born. And then one time, this was after, it wasn't like when she hit puberty, it was after school, after the war was when she presented. Like it happened later on in life when they were like adults.
After the war.
After the war.
After the war.
She went to visit Harry and Ron and she was feeling a little bit weird, and she realized that she had been going into heat when Ron basically jumped on her and bit her on her mating gland, and now they're mated. And that was how her and Ron became mated. And she didn't even realize what was going on. Yes. Boo.
Boo.
Thumbs
Non-consensual
down.
mating.
It's not consensual, Ronald.
But she like rolled with it because she's like, well, like I guess I smelled really good to him. Like I guess this is the way that this is
No,
supposed to
don't.
go.
She don't know better.
She don't know better. But it was like, that's a big no-no, obviously, and like to non-consensually do anything. But also because you are, if you bite somebody's mating gland in this world, you are mated. You are tied together hormonally and otherwise for life. And so it was okay for the first couple of years because Ron was working as an Auror. She was working for the Ministry of Magic. They were like advocating for magical creatures and their rights, as
Of
she
course.
tends to do in
Sure.
these fics.
Sure.
But then Ron like was like, my passion is Quidditch. And and he started doing Quidditch, and then he got the opportunity to play professional Quidditch in Bulgaria.
Good, go away.
And so no one could convince him to stay. So 2 years ago, he started playing professional Quidditch full time in Bulgaria.
And Hermione did not go with him.
Hermione did not go with him.
Busy
because-
saving the creatures.
with the creatures, and she has a career in the Ministry of Magic. She's like, why would I give up my career for you?
She's a badass.
Yes. 2 years later, they're arguing.
Of course.
He through the flu, so his head is sticking out of the fireplace, and she's yelling at it. Her yearly heat is coming up. It is like clockwork. It's something that you can basically schedule around in this world. And she's like, here is the date and the time at which I will be going into heat. Like, you are my mate. Please make arrangements to come into town and help me. And he's like, well, we have like a really big championship game that day. And so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to miss it. But like St. Mungo's, like the hospital, like has a program for like unmated omegas to like help them through.
You're
So
like,
you
but
could
I am mated.
so you could just like go there.
Bastard.
Yeah. And she's like, it's going to be really painful for me to do this without my mate. Like, it's going to really be horrible. Like, why would you do this to me? And he's like, you just like really don't care about my career. Like, you can go to the
Oh my
hospital.
God.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So very fucked in many ways in this world. She is very upset, and she's like, oh, but I have to go to work.
Sorry. Guess I gotta go to work.
She goes to work very upset, and her office mate Draco looks up from his desk when she enters the room and is like,
Gonna
"What's?"
fuck on that desk.
And he's like, "Hermione, what's wrong?" Now we get the backstory of Draco.
Oh my God.
Draco is a solicitor, aka lawyer,
Thank you.
for the Department of Magical Law Enforcement.
Oh.
Hot.
And they were assigned
I need to calm down.
hot.
I need to calm down. Okay.
They were
All right.
I got
we are so sexually
heat.
charged.
I know you're both in heat right now.
Honestly, I'm
staring
constantly in heat.
staring at me in heat.
Jessica, look into my eyes.
Draco is a lawyer for the DMLE, and they were assigned to a case together years back because a lot of times, like what Hermione is doing advocating for magical creatures, there's like smuggling and there's trafficking and there's all these things. And so Draco became the liaison between the DMLE and her. So they started working together a lot to the point that they were both like, well, it makes sense that we like just share an office. So they're basically the dynamic duo at work. And unfortunately, he's really hot now and definitely an alpha.
Fortunately.
The first few months that they worked together, they basically didn't talk except for work. They just kind of were like, whatever, we're going to ignore each other. She was like, I'm going to ignore you. Mm-hmm. But then she, as she does, tends to work way too hard and spread herself way too thin. And everyone kept coming into her office and asking her questions about things that were not her job, that were their job. And Malfoy started to yell at them / bully them / tell them to do their own job.
Oh,
So
that's hot.
And
So
he
hot.
basically like became the guard, turning people away and being like, you need to take care of yourself. And then one time she offered him a cookie from her lunch and he smiled at her, and they've been work buddies ever since.
They're little cookies.
Yes.
They're little cookie buddies.
Yeah, little cookie buddies.
I'm looking for my cookie buddy.
Oh my God. So she goes into their office. He's like, you look really upset. What's going on? Stands up and like goes over to her and takes her face in his big hands and like holds her head and is like, are you okay? And then he like kind of turns her head and he goes, your like mating mark, your gland looks really like gray. Like, is everything okay? Like, you don't look well. And she's like, her internal monologue, and she's like, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but her internal monologue is like, bite me on my mating gland. And then she's like, no, I can't think like this.
If I had a nickel.
And out loud, she's like, I think maybe it's just because my heat's due in a few weeks. And I'm just like, I'm really stressed. And that's what's coming up. As soon as she says my heat's due in a few weeks, he immediately drops her face and like steps back and is like, I'm going to go get a coffee.
Girls.
And leaves.
Boobs.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't know why. Like, I really need to like stop having these feelings about Draco. A couple of days later, she has lunch with her best friend, Ginny.
Oh, I love their friendship.
Yes. Ginny is an Omega.
Jenny knows that her brother's a piece of crap.
Well, she's about to find out. Ginny and Harry have a child together.
James.
Sorry. Hermione tells Ginny, like, oh yeah, Ron isn't coming back to help me with my heat this year.
Oh my God.
And Ginny looks really pissed, and Hermione's like trying to be chill about it, and it's like, well, like, you know, he said there's a really big championship game, and Ginny used to play Quidditch, and she's like, teams absolutely have like a heat leave policy to help out their mates, like, this is a thing. Like,
bullshit.
They schedule them in advance, even for big games. And Hermione like feels her whole heart drop, and Ginny like looks at her like, "I'm so sorry, girl. Like, my brother's being a dick. Like, he could help you if he wanted to." And Hermione comes back to the office crying, but won't tell Draco why.
One of my other favorite like tropes in a lot of Hermione is like supportive best friend Ginny.
Oh, very much.
Like, she's always like the sassy best friend, or the like, fuck him best friend. Like, she is like the ultimate Judy Greer.
Yes.
And I love her.
That's
Oh,
true.
she's so good at it.
Yeah.
Hermione throws herself into her work. She's like basically just going home to sleep, and she's like just trying not to think about how fucked up she feels about the whole thing. But she also, like, a few days into this, Malfoy brings her food without being asked and puts it on her desk and goes, eat.
The bare minimum.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Are her and Ron just mated, or are they legally married and mated?
It says just mated.
Okay.
I think in this world it's basically the same.
Okay, gotcha.
thing.
I didn't know if that was if it was an and or
It doesn't say married, but
just mated then.
No, but no one talks about marriage. Everyone just
Gotcha.
says like, "Oh, he's my mate, she's my mate."
Yeah.
etc.
Okay.
So I think it's just like not part of this story.
Okay.
But as good as married.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
every sense of the word. So he brings her food without being asked, puts it in front of her, and says, "Eat this now." They eat silently at their desks, and she notices that like her heat symptoms have been getting worse. She's starting to get hot flashes. She's starting to get really hungry all the time. And as she finishes eating, she notices a smell that she really likes that seems to be coming from Draco's desk.
Is it cupcakes?
Is it cupcakes?
And she's never smelled it before. And do either of you remember the Amortentia smell that Hermione smells in the books and in the movies?
Yes.
Emily?
Freshly mown grass.
Yep.
Parchment.
Yep.
And then she says something else. She's spearmint?
Old books and spearmint.
And spearmint. But then she trails off.
Yes.
But does she say all four of those?
She doesn't. I don't think she says
this.
old books. But
I think parchment is old books, and I think it's
Parchment.
spearmint toothpaste.
Spearmint toothpaste.
Yes.
But spearmint toothpaste is an ad for the movies, I believe. I don't know that it is part of the books.
Oh, okay.
But either way, she says that
Yeah.
she smells that all of a sudden coming from the direction of Malfoy's desk.
Spearmint is a big Draco scent.
so
usually.
weird in the fanfictions.
Whoa, weird.
And Malfoy sees her kind of start to panic, and he gets up again and goes over to her desk. He's like, "Are you all right? Is your heat starting early?" And she's like kind of hyperventilating, and she like nods. And he goes, "Is Ron like back? Is he coming?" And she's like, "No, he's not coming." And he immediately looks like he's going to kill somebody. And he gets very quiet. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna be reading a lot of quotes because I think it just helps. He says, "I thought Weasley was your mate." Hermione nodded slowly. "Yes." "Then what do you mean he's not coming?" Malfoy snarled. Seeing him this enraged shouldn't have made her as aroused as it clearly did. Warmth pooled in her stomach.
Girl.
"I'm sorry," squeaked Hermione, not sure how to calm him down otherwise. "You're sorry?" Malfoy hissed, leaning closer into her space. "Your alpha abandons you on the eve of your heat, and you're the one apologizing?"
Oh, take me now, Draco.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yep.
Telling a woman not to apologize. Let's go.
That's right.
that.
That's right.
She's can tell she's fully going into heat because her whole internal monologue is like, "You have displeased Alpha. Alpha is upset with you." And she's like, "You need to take me to the hospital. Like, they need to sedate me. Like, Ron is not coming. He told me he's not coming. I don't know what to do." Malfoy gets very, very quiet and then says, "Well, if you'd like, I could help you through your heat." And he presses his hand to her mating gland on her neck.
Oh my God.
She immediately is like, "Yes, please." And
Yes.
he says,
Press my gland, bitch.
he says, "Good girl, that was a great decision." And she's very happy about that. He shoves everything off of her desk and puts her on it and kisses her. And she looks into his eyes, and they've turned like a dark red color, like a burgundy,
Red?
like primal. Like,
shit.
Oh my God.
he's like, "I'm not doing this at work. We need to go back to my place." He
God.
gives her the option. He says, "Do you want to go back to your place, or should we go back to mine?" And she's like, "Let's go back to yours." And they
I don't want to get mine messy.
no. And they go to the Floo, and when they go to his apartment, which is like a Muggle apartment that he very like, she's like, "Oh, like you live in the Muggle area," and he goes, "Oh yeah, I wanted a place that like you could easily get to." And she's like, "I'm in heat. I'm not going to think too hard about that." But she realizes that like the house smells like him and it feels like home and it's very nice. And she immediately like, he takes her to his bedroom and she like immediately starts to make a nest in the bedroom. And he's just like standing in the doorway with his mouth open, just kind of like watching her and being like, "This is like the best thing that I've ever
Oh
seen."
my God.
I like this.
He admits that like he had been smelling her too for the last couple of days, but he was like, "I was just trying to kind of ignore it, and I figured it was all in my head, and I wanted to be respectful." I'm gonna now read several quotes about this sex scene because I just need you to understand.
Should we hold hands?
Actually,
should
I
we
don't know
touch?
if we
I don't
should
think we should touch.
I don't.
All right.
Don't look
I'm
at
just
me.
I'm just gonna. Everyone look away.
Everyone look. Look up.
Everyone look away.
She's like in the middle of her heat. She's like overheating. She's like, I'm so hot. I need. Hermione's mouth had dried up completely. "I need a shower, something cold. Please help me." Malfoy rumbles, "I'll take care of you."
The feral need that I have.
Some time has passed.
Here, well,
Malfoy held her chin gently and stared deeply into her eyes as the head of his cock finally caught inside of her. Even with how wet she was, the pressure of the stretch was shocking.
The pressure of the stretch. Yes.
You're taking me so well, he says, breaking her thought process. His eyes slowly darkening. He cages her face in with his arms touching their foreheads together. Your alpha is pleased, her instincts purr. You're doing so good, her alpha mutters before licking a languid stroke along her main gland.
The feral need I have. Anyways.
Talk about a size queen. Oh my God.
Guys.
Just like you're doing so good.
That's the part where no licking.
Wait, what did he lick
me.
again? I was
Her mating gland, which is like
that's okay.
on the like joint, like right here-ish, like between the neck and the shoulder.
I just remember he's caged her in with his arms and their foreheads are touching. So in my
but then the mating gland thing is later.
Oh, but when he licked,
like,
I thought it was the same. So licking just like up.
Yeah, up the face.
No, not
as hot. Not as hot.
So as you can imagine, they have really good sex.
Sure,
baby.
She comes twice. He comes inside of her, and then. After they're done, there's a little bit of a scoop and shove action.
The scoop and shove.
If we remember, push it back in.
The shovel and push.
A shovel and push.
Hashtag scoop and shove.
And then they have sex again, and there's a lot of like, and it goes on for days, very similar to Emily's. Like it's a several day
heat.
Through dirty talk, we reveal that when they were younger, he had been smelling her for like a year and not realizing what it was. And then like once he presented as an alpha and she presented as an omega, he was like, oh shit, like now is my chance. But then Ron
bit her like
Ron
a bitch.
jumped her and took her first. At the end of the heat, they bite each other's mating glands, making each other mates.
Interesting.
Okay, wait. So does that just like get rid of Ron then?
So we'll get into it.
Okay.
But they bite each other to make each other mates, and they like agree to it, and she's cool with it, and she's like, Ron abandoned me, etc. And so now also in this world, if you're mates, you can also kind of sense and feel each other's like thoughts and emotions depending on how strong your bond is. It's like a magical soul bond. Once she's out of her heat, she's like kind of having a freak out about how to tell Ron and Ron's family. And that's more what she's not worried about having a mate. She's worried about like Ginny being upset with her. Yeah. And like,
because she's a good friend.
Because she's a good friend. And Draco's like, well, your mating gland had completely faded. Like your mark had faded away because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to bite you.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I wouldn't have been able to make you my mate if you were
still or like even smell her probably that much, right? Because she would have been
if you were still mated to somebody else. And he was like, and Ron presumably had the same thing because your mating bond was broken. Mm-hmm. So where is he? Like his mating gland would have also been turning gray and like changing. And why hasn't he noticed? Why hasn't he come for you? Yeah. What's going on? And that kind of makes her feel a little bit better. But then she goes, wait, like this is impossible. Like how was I able to mate with you when I have a mate? Like mating marks are not supposed to just fade away. And then Draco reveals his evil plan. When Ron stole her away from him when they were younger, he started to do research, and Draco found that a neglected Omega's bond could break if another alpha started to care for them more.
Oh, getting her food.
And all of this came back to him once they started to work together and be friends, and he realized that he still wanted her and still held a flame, carried a torch for her. And so he was the one that set Ron up to go play Quidditch in Bulgaria, knowing full well that Ron would be a dickbag and abandon Hermione. He was like, I didn't make him do anything. I just set up a scenario in which he would leave, and then
he presented the options.
He presented the options.
Honestly, like, I respect it. Yep. I don't know.
I love a good plan.
It was a little plan, and he was like, and then all I had to do was like take care of you and bring you food, which I would have done anyway.
I had to do the bare minimum for you.
Guys, the feral need.
Yeah. She takes a second to think about all of this, and then she kisses him, and she says, Draco, would you mind showing me your library? Draco smiles down at her with all of his teeth. Our library, darling.
Wait, all of his teeth?
A full face.
Because he's smiling down at her.
That's the sound he made too.
Yeah, I don't know. Our library darling thing.
Our
kinda,
library
I don't know
darling.
if that got me.
Well, it would have
got you.
It got Emily.
I got you.
Bunches of votes.
She didn't even comment on it, and it got her.
Because I think everyone already knows. Let's be honest.
Draco
like a
Draco insists on feeding her breakfast before they go to the library.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I love
Okay,
that.
that got me.
I love breakfast so much. Was it a bagel?
I keep reading quotes, but I just love it because it. Also,
I love it too. Please
it
keep
also
going.
helps you understand like how much of a simp he is, which I think is what sold me on this story a lot. They go down to the kitchens, and he goes, quote, "I wasn't sure what you'd like. You don't normally eat in the office in the morning," Draco muttered, looping a finger around one of her escape curls. "So I made a little bit of everything." So he just made like waffles and eggs and fruit
God,
and
that's a dream.
everything.
Literally the best idea ever.
And she says, "Wait, no house elves helped you?" And he goes, "No, that was part of the stipulation to keep me out of Azkaban. Don't you remember?" And then we get a flashback. The reason that he is out of Azkaban is because Harry advocated on the stand for the Malfoys.
Cute.
They had all of their dark objects seized, their finances reviewed, no house elves, and they had to be under house arrest for 2 years. And that was the last time that Hermione saw Draco was in the courtroom when he got that sentence before they started working together.
Okay.
So that's how he
How many
ended up.
years ago was that?
That was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Because he was under house arrest for 2 years, and then they've been working together for about a year.
Gotcha. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He explains that he bought the house that they're in a while back because he didn't want to live in Malfoy Manor, but his library does have a special door that leads to the Manor's library because we need access to both libraries.
We do.
Obviously.
My perfect man.
Books.
They do fuck in the library.
Oh my God.
She's self-conscious initially. He like puts her on a chair and she's like, "I haven't showered in days." And he goes, "Are you telling your alpha what to do?" And then he
Pushing it a little bit.
and then he kneels down and eats her
I like
out.
All right, we're back in.
And then they have sex.
And we're back in.
And this is where we start to get the breeding kink because as they're having sex, he says, "Are you going to give your alpha a baby?"
Yeah.
And that really gets her in a way that she was not expecting.
Honestly, I get it.
She gasps and he goes, "Oh, you like that?" And that is like the beginning of that in every single sex scene from here on
Nice.
out.
Oh my God. So good.
Yeah. After they both come, she kind of dozes off on top of him while thinking about him saying what he said and like how strongly she reacted to it and being like, "Oh, that's a new part of me that I didn't realize I had."
Happens to all of us.
After days of fucking
And then giving those children away.
giving those kids away. That's the best part.
I'm never going to forget that.
Reality starts to sink in. They're like, "Okay, we have to go back to work at some point. We can't just keep fucking." She's like, let me deal with like telling people and telling the Weasleys the way that I want and not make a scene at work. And he's like, "I promise, like I'll respect your wishes." And she like moves in because they're like biologically mated in every sense of the word, and it's an $8 million house. Like it's a very like, why wouldn't you?
Okay, Draco. Okay. I see that.
The "do you want to give your alpha a baby" keeps coming up, and she starts to get a complex about it because she's like, does he still hate Muggleborns though? Like, is everything?
Yeah, that's a valid.
Would he be annoyed
concern.
about the baby not being a pureblood?
I mean, clearly he doesn't, though, if he's been wanting her.
I know, but she's all
Hermione, but
self-conscious
it's fine.
about
It's
it.
fine.
I know we can't pick our insecurities. They
No.
pick us.
And he's basically like, no, it's not a big deal. It's okay. Like this very quickly gets squashed. And she's like, "Okay, thank God. Like I was terrified that I'd be mated to someone who secretly looks down on me, and that I like got pregnant and didn't know it." And he's like vaguely disappointed when he says, "You're not pregnant. I would smell it." Like, you don't smell pregnant. And she's like, well, yeah, I'm on like the birth control potion, LOL. And
I love that.
We love a potion.
the thing with all Harry Potter fanfic
Birth control?
is there's a potion or a spell.
The spell's my favorite.
Like, there's just all these different ways that many authors have been like, yeah, like they did the spell every 6 months and then they can't get married. It doesn't matter.
I like the one where you have to do it every time.
Every time you have to cast a spell on her womb.
Because it's so fast. It's like, oh shit, hold on.
Yeah. And she's like, wait, you can smell me? And like, why are you disappointed? And he goes, it's instinctual. I can't help it. My alpha self really just wants to get you pregnant all the time.
Yes.
And he's like, I get it. Like, you don't want kids yet, but we probably should discuss it. And she's like, fine, we can discuss it later. Each day her guilt grows, though. She's like, I don't want to lose Harry. I don't want to lose Ginny, but like, I need to tell the Weasleys soon. And they return to work. Draco is super like alpha-y and gets protective and irritable if they're away from each other for more than an hour or two. Yeah. And Hermione's like, oh, I could have had this whole time instead of being abandoned by my partner. Like, this is so much better. It's been weeks since she spoke to Ron. She hasn't heard from him at all.
Because he probably found someone each time.
One day her boss calls her into her office for a meeting, and she feels like a press at her mind and opens it up, and it's Draco, and he's like trying to fuck with her in the meeting, and he's projecting a memory of the last time they had sex.
Nice.
And she's really enjoying that until her boss says, quote, your mate was right to be worried about Mr. Malfoy's behavior. And she snaps back into it and she goes, what did you just say? And she's like, yeah, she goes, you spoke to Ron? And her boss is like, yeah, alphas often call in to check on their omegas at work.
Ew.
And Ron has been like super concerned for the last couple of years, ever since you and Mr. Malfoy started working together. So he regularly calls to check in on you.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate it too. And she's appalled. Hermione's appalled and storms out. When she gets back to her office, her and Draco start to have sex over the desk.
Nice.
When the office door starts to open and they hear Ron say, Hermione, you there?
Oh my God.
Catch them.
No.
Draco snarls at the door and casts a spell to shove it shut and lock it.
Thank God.
And is like, we can finish what we started. He can wait. So
oh my God.
They are fucking when the office door is blown off its hinges.
Oh, Jesus
it's
Christ.
Ron and Harry. Draco is like fucking Hermione. It looks bad.
Oh, yeah.
He gets like magically thrown across the room. And Ron starts to like go over to Draco and like starts to try to fight him. Draco kind of immediately is like, I'm overpowered, like lets the Aurors take him. And Hermione tries to go to Draco and Ron grabs her arm and she's like, how dare you touch me? And tries to go to Draco again. And it's like, please let him go. Like, he did nothing wrong. We're together now. He wasn't attacking me. And Draco's like, it's going to be okay. Just like let this happen. No one believes her or will listen to her.
Oh, I hate that.
I know. Harry's like, Ron came home unexpectedly and couldn't find you. So he came to get me and Ginny and we thought something was wrong. And why didn't Ron know about you being in Australia this last week? Because that was her excuse of why she had to miss work.
Honey.
She's like, something happened with my parents in Australia. I have to leave for 2 weeks. Not, I was fucking
Okay, this is a bit of Hermione's fault.
Yeah.
This is actually completely Hermione's fault.
They assumed that Hermione had been kidnapped. And then they come in and see her having sex with Draco Malfoy. And Hermione goes to stay.
What a sight to see.
I know. Yeah.
Just think on it for a minute.
Think on it for a second. Great. Hermione goes to stay with Harry and Ginny, and she has a heart-to-heart with Ginny and tells Ginny everything. And about the bond being dissolved. And Ginny's like, that can happen. I've heard, like, we had an aunt who had, like, a really abusive mate, and the mating bond just kind of went away, and then she got with somebody else, and they were very happy. So, like, it can happen. And with Hermione and Draco have telepathy sex that night, so we know Draco is okay.
Nice.
And then we get like, when this is all over, I'll give you that baby we've been talking about, et cetera, et cetera. The next morning, Ron appears, conjuring a quote pitiful bouquet to give to her. And then he sniffs the air and says, how come you still smell like that rotten bastard Malfoy? And they start to argue, and then Ginny goes, there's a baby here. And so they...
Oh, wait, James?
James.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Sorry, Ron came to Ginny's house.
Yeah, where Hermione is staying.
Hermione's staying. Understood.
And
okay.
then Hermione and Ron start to scream at each other.
Gotcha.
And Ginny is like, there is a child.
yeah,
Calm
please.
down.
Yeah.
Calm
So
down.
Hermione makes tea and they all sit down at the dining room table.
So British.
And Hermione asks Ron why he's here. And he says, to help you with your heat. And she goes, that would have been a week ago. And you know that. Like, it's like
Yeah.
clockwork. It's scheduled. And Ron says, well, I couldn't take the time off. And Ginny says, you could have. It's standard practice to have heat leave. What's going on, Ron? And then he says, actually, I noticed that my mark had vanished and I got worried about you. And Hermione says, you're telling me that you came as soon as you noticed that the mark had disappeared? And his whole body changes. He goes red. And Harry asks what's wrong. And it looks like Ron's like trying not to say something, but he can't help himself. And Hermione goes,
Because he's an idiot.
Hermione goes, my mark vanished weeks ago after I had a breakthrough heat. So when did you notice that yours was gone? And Ron is like super tense, hands and fists, and says, I noticed that my mating mark was gone once I removed the glamour I normally hide it under.
Wait, once I removed what?
He's been putting a
He
spell on.
hides his mark.
So he's been changing
He
it
puts
magically.
cover up on his mark.
He puts like concealer on it so
Oh.
it doesn't look like he's made it.
But it's magical concealer.
Magical
It's a
concealer.
glamour.
I have in parentheses, Emily, explain a glamour. Kim is not going to know.
Ah,
Wait, did you really? No, you don't.
That's fun. You know
That's
me.
what a
That's what a glamour is.
Hey, you know me.
You know us.
I
so
do,
well.
yeah. So she's like, you wouldn't know, like he's been hiding it. And Ginny is furious. Hermione is absolutely unfazed. And she keeps asking him questions. And Ron finally says, what did you do to me? And she's like, I slipped truth potion into your tea.
Hey.
Ronald.
Ronald.
I love a good Veruda serum tea.
Veruda serum. And Ron basically reveals that he has been cheating on her regularly
Yeah.
with fans. And
Oh my God.
pretending that he has not made it.
What a piece of shit.
And he got used to hiding his mark every day just as standard practice. But then he just realized one day that he hadn't had to refresh the thing in a while and was like, oh wait, it's just gone. And that was when
he decided to come and then get weird.
Yes.
Wow, what a dick.
Oh, man.
Yes.
What a dickwad.
And so she was like, so while I was begging you to come back home and help me, you were cheating on me. And he's like, yes. And she goes, how many people did you cheat on me with? And he goes, I never kept count. Yeah.
Ew, 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 ew,
Boo.
ew. Boo, get a test.
Quote, Ginny looked as though she was ready to send a hex to blow Ron's head off his shoulders.
I love that.
Good.
Harry looked infinitely less likely to hold Ginny back.
Yes.
Hermione just feels a great sense of relief.
Yeah, she's like, great.
It's out in the
awesome.
open.
She
Yeah.
knows.
You fucking suck, and now everyone knows it.
And it's
now
not
I
her.
can be with
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. Ginny says, like, Ron, you knew that people that were neglected could like lose their mating marks and could break their bonds. Like, Mom always talked about it. What do you mean? Like, you're surprised by this? Ron goes, Malfoy must have mated with her through some dark magic.
Hey,
like, that
Vay.
must have been what happened. And Harry just stands up and goes, I have to go release Draco from jail. Hold on.
All right.
Leaves. Like, damn it. Goes to get him out. Ginny goes,
I love that.
I know.
So
It's
it's like,
like-
tired Harry too, as an adult, being like, God damn it, I gotta go do
damn it,
this. Like
Ron.
he already did so much as a kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, all right,
Fine.
Sorry to interrupt.
no, you're
but-
fine. Ginny stands up and goes, Ron, we're going to Mom's while the truth potion is still active so you can tell her everything.
Yes.
So they head out to Mom's. Draco and Harry return. Hermione is so relieved and is like, let's go home, Draco. Before they can leave, Ginny comes back. And then suddenly, Ron appears with George being like, sorry, Ginny, I tried to keep Ron at the Burrow. And Ron tries again to confront Draco and fight him.
Why?
And is like, you put a spell on my mate. And they agree to a duel, which I guess is an alpha thing in this world because they call a service to moderate it.
Right.
A service.
Yeah, there's a crowd for the duel.
Wow.
There's like an official place where they go to have
Duels are us.
this alpha duel.
Busy.
It's a wizard duel though, so it's also like lame, but like it happens. But while they're dueling, she realizes that Ron is starting to win because he is, after all, a trained Auror.
What is he?
Auror.
An hour.
You
tried to go over a trained orer.
An
A trained orer. Anyway.
hour.
He's a cop.
He's a wizard cop.
He's a wizard cop.
Oh, I guess that they are kind of wizards.
Yeah.
That's what they are, wizard cops.
I didn't
So
even
Hermione
think of that.
Hermione realizes that Draco is starting to lose. So through their telepathy bond, she yells, "He's afraid of spiders."
Yeah.
And so Draco shoots hundreds of small spiders at Ron.
Yes.
Ron screams, giving Draco an opening to blast him off his
bitch
feet.
baby. Yeah.
Ron,
Well, hey, spiders are fucking scary.
No, he's
Yes,
a little
bitch
bitch.
baby. They start to like physically fight each other at this point. They're
Yeah.
like punching each other. Hermione yells, "He hurt his right leg last year." So Draco like stabs Ron's leg with his wand.
Oh my god.
And then Draco begins to beat the shit out of Ron
Yeah.
Weasley.
Yes.
Hermione panics. She's like, he's going to kill him. And is like, stop. And Draco stops and lets go of Ron and then just stares at Hermione. And she runs to him and he like wipes his bloody arm across his mouth and there's like blood on his face and it's staining his white shirt and he's like shaking and bloody. And then his eyes meet hers and there's like red in them and he looks scary.
Oh, baby's going into a rut.
She's going into a rut. And she like takes a step back and like his head kind of tilts to the side and like keeps staring at her. And then he lunges at her just as she disapparates away to his house.
Oh, good timing, Herms.
He's going into rut from all the testosterone, I wrote.
Classic.
Nice.
She lands in Draco's home and is like, I need to wear him down. And here's where we get the primal play. She runs to the library and she runs to the door in the library connecting it to Malfoy Manor. And she runs into Malfoy Manor and she hears him following her. And she runs out onto the grounds of Malfoy Manor. And he's like taunting her in her mind and being like, you can't get away from me. And she like runs to the tree line and she could smell him getting closer and closer and closer. And then she like looks behind her and she sees him standing just perfectly still, kind of watching
That's
her.
so scary and hot.
That's really scary.
Am I scared or turned on? I don't know.
And then he starts to chase her for real. And he catches her, of course, and he's still covered in blood.
For real.
And her Omega is like so into this and just like, oh my God, he's in rut and pheromones and da 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 da. And they basically immediately start having sex outside on the ground. And she is like, okay, he helped me through my heat. I'm going to help him through this. And in Emily's, a rut was just like very intense sex for a little while. In this, a rut is basically like a heat where like he is having uncontrollable sex with her for like
days.
Not days, because I think you would eventually be seriously injured, but like hours.
Well, and you come in a heat too. You come down from it so you can eat and you can go to the bathroom. So I'm assuming a rut is the similar where it's like it happens for a good amount of time and then it's like, there we go.
Yeah, he like knots her and then the knot goes away and then he knots her again and there's a lot of scoop and shove. There's a lot of keep it inside.
A lot of scooping.
A lot of snow plowing.
And he's like, you're perfect. And she's like, I'll never leave you. I'm yours. And she thinks, quote, it's a welcome change to be this wanted.
Oh.
And they have sex for basically a full day, and
That
she's
got me.
sore and covered in bruises and bite marks and like very happy. And with time, he slowly starts coming back to himself, and he's like a little bit horrified with himself and is like, I'm really sorry. Did I hurt you? And she's like, no, I had a great time.
It was fun.
Yes. And she goes, we should like try to bring that on again because it'll keep solidifying our bond, and also that gives us the best chance to like have that baby that we've been talking about.
Ooh.
And he finds that very hot, and they ride off into the sunset together, and that is the end.
Wow.
I loved it so much. I love animalistic, angry, primal Draco followed by let me care for you.
Let me care for you.
That is something I do really love about Omegaverse stuff. You're right.
Yeah, it's a good like balance. It's like we're not getting too much of the mean, scary primal play. It's like nicely
It's
balanced,
consensual. It's fun.
by the
even though
caretaking.
You can't help it, but it's like, oh, I know you can't help it. Like it's, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my game is a question. Who, a celebrity or otherwise, do we think would look super hot covered in blood?
Oh.
Tom Hardy.
Oh,
Wow, that came on
That
really
was quick.
fast. I'm so
that
sorry.
came from your soul.
I fucking love Tom Hardy so much. Tom Hardy. I'll think of someone else though too.
I don't have an answer.
The
to this.
immediate one that came to my mind was Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
But isn't he already he's been covered in blood, right?
Has he? Oh, I guess.
in movies?
In
We've
the last
seen him,
one,
right?
he must have been.
And Game
when
of Thrones.
Not when he dies, though.
Yeah, that's when he dies.
Covered in blood.
Covered in
okay.
blood and like a
Like a, I killed you.
victorious. I've
I
just
feel like The Last of Us, he probably
been
was.
in battle.
But let's see. Let's see.
I think
Honestly, I think Taylor Swift would look really good covered in blood.
yeah, I think so.
I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, she looks great in anything. So
I mean, the
yeah.
blonde hair.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something very Carrie-esque.
I mean, who was the woman from the underworld or
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale? Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Looks great covered in blood.
God, there's got to be more.
Mads Mikkelsen looks great covered in blood. Hugh Dancy. Looks great.
Hugh Dancy looks great covered in blood.
I mean, I think that they were in The Substance.
Demi Moore.
Demi and
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley, yeah.
So a lot of
Margaret
people
Qualley
actually,
looks
I'm realizing.
great. I mean, because she also was in Poor Things, where she also had some blood.
Margaret
covered.
Qualley was in Poor Things.
Yeah, she was the.
I didn't see Poor Things.
Oh, okay. Then never the fuck mind.
But like in a sexy way, I think.
Gotcha,
It's more
gotcha.
In a
over.
sexy way. Okay, so like in a sexy way. Now I have to think. I don't know why I'm thinking of Ryan Gosling would be good in. Covered in
Okay,
blood.
yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
has what you were talking about in that like this. Is simp technically the right?
Simp. Yeah.
That's the right
Yeah.
thing to say.
Like-
where he's like, he looks like he would do anything for you.
yeah.
And then like
He would be covered in blood
he'd
for
be
you.
covered in blood for you. You know, yeah, like he would be doing it because he is a good partner. You know,
You know who I think would look good? Young Kurt Russell.
Oh.
Like Kurt
Wow.
Russell, 80s Kurt Russell with the big feathered hair,
Love that.
like with the big muscles. Like I'm sure in like Escape from New York or Escape from LA or something, he must be covered in blood.
Yeah.
With like a muscle tee, like and I don't know, an axe. Well, put an axe in a hand and let me go to town.
I love that.
see, I
That
can't-
was not what I wanted to say, and I regret everything
put an
about.
axe
Please
in a
cut
hand
that
and
out.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
An axe in a hand.
Cut it
let
out.
me go
Cut
to
it out.
town.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Anyways, so those were both of our stories.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We're at the end.
We're at the end. So
Omegaverse.
can you give us some ratings?
Yeah, give us some raccoons and trash cans.
10 out of 5 for both.
Wow.
Whoa.
I feel like you're pandering to us.
I
a
do
little.
too.
No,
Can you
I'm not. Like
better?
literally, I had a good time.
Any final breeding
We're at
thoughts
the end.
from any of us, I guess.
Any breeding thoughts?
Any breeding thoughts?
Hey,
have your
go breed.
feelings changed on breeding at all? Have
Yeah.
they morphed? Have they?
I will say that, like,
You came into this a big fan of breeding, and
I mean, like, okay,
like if you could,
let's
you
calm
do
down.
it. From what I understand, huge fan of breeding and abandonment
Okay.
of the subsequent
taking what?
children.
I didn't know that this was a shaming
Kim,
podcast.
It's not shaming. It's just the craziest thing I've ever heard you say, and I loved it so much.
But tell us, has
never forget it.
Has this been a journey for you with the breeding?
Okay, so I'd like to clarify. I'd like to clarify. Very similar to one of the stories. It was like, oh yeah, you know, like I like it, or like I didn't know this about myself, and I had one of those moments where I was like, oh, that's interesting, okay, and then like built imaginative worlds, not just the one
I'm
where
sorry.
I give up my children.
I'm sorry. It was only because it was such a specific example.
It is a very specific
and it made me
example.
laugh because I wasn't expecting it. But I am in no way shaming you.
I know.
I'm for our listeners at
for the
home.
listeners, Emily and I have a rapport, and I'm giving her shit.
Emily, did you learn anything?
I learned that I'm not as into breeding as I thought.
Yeah.
Only because and listening back to the last 2 episodes that we have edited as well, there are certain things that really take me out of it.
I would agree with that.
But there are certain things that really get me into it.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of what was in yours about like just the talking of it.
Yeah.
The talking being like, "Oh, I'm going to do this."
Yeah.
It's not actually in the first few times it's not actually happening.
Right.
We're not actually family planning.
Right.
It's just kind of a dirty talk.
Mm-hmm.
And in mine, it's a lot of like, take this knot. It's all in the dirty talk of it.
Yeah.
And that I find really hot and exciting and sexy.
Definitely like the fantasy of it. Definitely not interested in any of the pregnancy adjacent bits and pieces that showed up in all of the fics. But yeah, I like it for the role play. I like it for the dirty talk. And I like it for the, like, I think there were elements of all of the things that I do like in all of my stories. Like I liked in the Penelope Collin one, like the worship of it And like the fact that like it was him like really worshiping her body and like what it could do. And then in the Dramini one, it was more like the caretaking and the like, let me handle this and I'm gonna make sure you eat, and that's gonna be like part of it.
Caretaking was like a huge part of it for me.
Well, thanks for
being
our guest.
Hey,
I'm sad to see you go, babe.
Yeah, and you'll never see me again after
That's
this.
right. Do you have anything to plug?
We host weekly bingo as the Bingo Batches on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Last Call Tavern Group Bars. And then I also have a kind of bi-monthly quarterly show called Boudoir Bingo. And that is 3 rounds of bingo as well as like burlesque and drag and singing and all of that.
We have Etsy, we have TikTok, we have Patreon, we have Instagram and Facebook.
Actually, we do have something coming up.
What do we have coming up?
Our live show is coming up.
We have a live show coming up in October. We're doing
October
our
18th.
Annual Halloween show.
Yep. It's going to be hex rated.
Yep.
And it'll be in our link tree. We'll post about it. If you follow us on Patreon, you'll get first dibs on tickets. So
we can do whatever we want.
Well, that's because we're just 2 raccoons.
Talking about
the best trash in town.
Bye. Bye.
Femmes Reading Filth is hosted, produced, and edited by Jessica Mole, Emily Barujan, Andrea Yuthman, and Ben Oxshire. Intro music is by Tom Lair. Outro music by David Reddick. You can find and support us on Patreon and follow us on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and TikTok at Femmes Reading Filth. Thank you for listening. Bye!